Hey, good Wednesday. I don't know where I was going with that. That was a very awkward intro, but it's Wednesday. It's another beautiful Drone Brews. We've got a great show for you guys tonight. We have no Paul Feinberg. Paul is not here tonight, so I had to do what a gracious host would do, which would be replace him with somebody far superior, possibly better looking, better white balance. I mean, honestly, I could go on and on here. The guy unboxes more things than unbox therapy, although some would say possibly he may have treaded the line and ripped off his name. I don't know. He's looking mighty fine in his brand new studio. Let's welcome in Mike from Unbox Warehouse.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I did rip him off, whatever.
Well, I'm not here to argue with you, Mike.
But now I make better content than him. I'm certain of it.
I'm liking this new studio though.
Oh yeah, this is just one of the shots. I have about 1,000 square foot here that I've built out into a studio. So
what you're saying, you had to one up me basically.
Well, remember we had that phone call and you said you got an office, and I told my wife, I said, babe, Ken's got an office. Like, why can't I get an office?
So if I jump off a bridge, you're going to jump off a bridge basically?
No, only cool things you do.
Oh, okay. But, what are you drinking tonight? That is something cool.
I have a Dragon's Milk.
How is that?
It's a bourbon barrel aged stout, and it's very bourbony. Extremely bourbony.
Okay. I ended up picking up a pumpkin spice latte beer. I may regret this after the show. I'm not sure. A lot of times, a lot of the decisions I make usually hit me in the morning, like right after the coffee runs through me, but too much information. I apologize. Anyways, this is a brewed with spices and blonde roast coffee white stout.
Lovely.
I'm going to crack this open and see how this goes.
Lovely. Is this your new spot you were telling me about?
No, this is not it.
No?
That is later in the year.
Okay. Oh, did I let a secret out of the bag?
May have. Just slightly.
Just joking. He don't have he's moving back home with his mom.
Yes. Actually, this is not terrible. This is not bad. I mean, maybe I'm rushing the pumpkin spice a little bit.
I finished this one while I was trying to deal with all my.
I know you had a lot of technical issues. Well, what type of show would it be if I said it was just Mike and I? Because I know you expect more from me than that. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and welcome in what some would consider the godfather of the drone community. He's got more drones than cars. No, that doesn't. I don't know. He's got a lot of drones. He travels quite frequently. He's not balding. He shaved his head on his own accord. Let's welcome in Kelly Shores.
Hey, that is true, man. This is a choice right here.
It's a choice. It's a lifestyle.
And by the way, okay, so you can hear me just fine, right?
Oh, yeah.
All
right, everybody listen up for just a second. I'm going to try to do this with my injured finger, and I'll talk about that in a second. But
yeah, I got about this.
Can you see the little smoke bits coming out?
That
is Shiner Bach, folks. If you've ever been to Austin, or if you're coming,
I'm from Texas. I know Shiner, Texas.
You know Shiner, Texas.
Oh yeah, that's delicious beer.
It is known for Shiner Bach and Casper Wire Works, where they make shopping carts out of wire. I actually did a video for the plant. Yeah, and it's really cool. They take these big spools of wire and they like bend them and shape them and twist them, and out pops a shopping cart.
And then Walmart fucks them up.
Yeah, and then they put those locks on them so you can't push them. Or
no, I got a theory about Walmart real quick.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. You know, their baskets are so terrible. Next time you go into a Walmart, notice that the floor where you actually grab a basket is a bumpy ass tile floor. So you don't know your cart is straight shit until you're committed and you're in the store and you hit the smooth floor and you're already 40 feet away from the carts.
And you know the worst part? It ruins your beer. All that shaking, right? You get it home, you open it, and it all spews out. I mean, I
don't buy beer at Walmart.
The only like leave it to Mike to he's like all about the Walmart conspiracies. Like he's got a whole series on it. I'm sure.
Who's not? Really?
Who was that comedian that said they'll take anything back at Walmart? Like, these diapers already had shit in them.
No, that
sounds like a Chris Rock. Sounds like a Chris Rock.
That's actually true. So one of my problems I have with this show is I go way off course when it comes to titles, and I know a lot of people, they have been asking in the comments, hey, should I buy the Air 2S? Should I buy it now, or should I hold out and wait for the Mavic 3? There's a lot of people that assume what is that? You got the Mavic 3 in box? What is that?
No, this is the Mavic 3 special. No, this is the Air 2S that I've had for 2 months. I've never opened
it. The Mavic 3 SE. It's only available in Europe.
I've never even opened this. I've had it for 2 months.
I can't believe you haven't opened it. The Air 2S is probably one of my. I would say it's probably my favorite drone as of right now.
It is awesome.
It's an amazing little craft. It's been quite a few places with me as of recent.
I'm still working on this review.
What's that? Oh, the Evo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on something like that.
The Evo is awesome. As a matter of fact, the first Evo 2 that I ever flew was Dono's. He let me borrow it, flew it around, did just a kind of, I don't know, probably put about 10 batteries through it and then send it back to him. And I ended up getting one because I liked it so much.
It's the first drone I've liked other than a DJI drone in a long time. This one.
For those times when you don't want to hassle with geofencing, it's really nice to have. I've had
your phone.
Yeah, or your phone.
Like
for that matter.
I know the screen's kind of limited, but when I want to get a quick drone shot, I can get this thing up in the air and recording with zero headache in 2-3 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm in the air. I don't got
inconsistent firmware. Sit there and wait. So question though for Dono, don't you have the new smart controller from Evo?
Yeah, I've got
or from Autel. And I'm sorry, I don't know the answer, but how is it? Just like in 10 words or less?
It's the new one, the version.
That's 10 words. We're done.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck, man. This is my show. I can get as many words as I want. No, the new one, the V2 one, is actually really good.
Okay.
It's actually really good. I don't know if they're using a new chipset or what the deal is, but it feels a lot faster.
Well, you actually inspired me. You and a few other people. I've been flying my Air 2S with the smart controller for a while, and I really like the smart controller because same thing that Mike said. I don't want to tie up my phone, but I just got an iPhone 12, and I flew it with the iPhone 12. And I will say the touch sensitivity and the speed that it runs the app and everything else on that phone is way, way better than the smart controller. I think the smart controller is just dealing with an old chipset, not enough RAM. I mean, it's a great thing, but it just needs a little refresh. It's 3 years old at this point.
And that's the thing is I'm surprised that DJI hasn't refreshed the smart controller, given the fact that how popular it is. And they know that, hey, we're putting out new products. And with the potential of possibly, maybe 2022 we see a Mavic 3. I don't think it's going to come in anytime this year. I don't think it's happening. I was looking at some the chassis and some of the leak specs and some of the things that are out there. There's not a lot, but it doesn't even look like there's any finalized hardware on that. So I think we're still a ways away for Mavic 3 as of right now, which sort of sucks because I think we need something like that. I think we need something like that right now. Just sort of kick things into overdrive.
America needs it. We need it for America.
Yeah, America needs it.
We need a miracle. We need the Mavic 3.
We need it.
No, I would guess, hey, Metro Drones in the house.
Metro, thanks. I got a chance to do dinner with Bill last weekend. It was actually pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, you guys went to Minefield, too.
Yeah, you weren't there this year.
I was not there this year. I was taking my daughter to college in Arizona. So I was in upstate New York, and we drove all the way from upstate New York to Texas. We stayed here for 3 days, and then we drove to friggin' Flagstaff, Arizona, which is beautiful, by the way. I absolutely love Flagstaff. And then and
did you get some footage over there?
I did. I actually flew the Air 2S. I got up really early, did some hyperlapses of the sunrise.
Nice.
Have either of you been to Flagstaff?
I have. I've driven by on a road trip. Yeah.
Did you go? Were you going to Sedona?
Because I thought my wife was here.
There's 3 mountains outside that you can see from the university campus, and I went up on the top of a parking garage, and it was probably 5 a.m. because I wake up early anyway, and then with the time change, I woke up really early there. And there were clouds going across those 3 mountains, and I did a hyperlapse with the sunrise and the clouds. Yeah, it turned out so I'm actually working on a kind of 6 months or 4 months or however long it's been Air 2S video right now. So I've got a ton of great footage from it. I've been flying it a lot, trying to get some really good stuff because I agree with you, Ken. It is my favorite right now. 1-inch sensor.
Right, I gotta open it.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, if you've never,
you haven't.
And I'll tell you that the Evo's great. But the size of the Air 2S and the image quality, you put those things side by side, you're not going to be able to tell. As a matter of fact, I would venture to say the Air 2S might have a better looking picture than that, even in 6K.
I can just tell you right now, most of the content and stuff people are sending me for review is like a lot of electric mobility devices, EVs, like bicycles and skateboards and
nice.
And I have about 6 or 7 I'm behind on, and so I find myself always grabbing my Skydio too
to chase you on those vehicles.
Yes,
yeah,
and,
absolutely.
That's one of the reasons I haven't gotten this out is I haven't had any issues. After I crashed the first one, the first day I had it, I haven't had any issues since I'm aware now of what it's going to run into. It's just meets my mission. That's why I haven't opened it, but I'm sure it's amazing.
I want to go ahead and just quickly 808 Stay, thank you so much for the 808 super chat. Metro Drones, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Happy Drone Brews, everybody. Arco Drone Solutions with a $3 super sticker.
Sticker.
I
don't have turn down my.
I don't have that. I don't have that.
The sticker song.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
For some reason, all my sound effects they just go away sometimes. I've got what do I got? I've got
China.
Oh, there we go.
Just in case that comes up.
Just in case that comes up. But yeah, I agree, man. I like the Air 2S. I've been pretty happy with it. I think, really when I start thinking about like what I want out of the next Mavic, like the next Pro Mavic, this is going to sound stupid because this should just be a given, but I want batteries that don't start swelling.
That is fair.
I just want batteries that, like, I have a closet. I kid you not, because for the longest time, I didn't know what to do with these batteries. I just found out that Best Buy will dispose of the batteries, but I have about 8 batteries that are swelling. You couldn't put them in a Mavic 2 if you wanted to, but they're swelling.
Will Best Buy dispose of lipos? Like
they will. Yes, they will.
Oh, hold on.
I've literally taken them up there. They take them. They've got this book.
This is my box bad lipos.
See, the reason. Oh my goodness.
These are bad all lipos in a box. Are you insane, Mr. Shores?
Well, they're all
in a cardboard box.
You're probably right. They probably should.
What can go wrong? What can go wrong?
I have these things. This is where I keep my good lipos, but yeah, I keep the bad ones. I keep the bad ones.
The risky ones put in a cardboard box.
They've just got frayed wires and holes and stuff that. They should be fine.
So here's some other suggestions. Home Depot. Joe Fatella says Home Depot disposes of batteries too. That's good to know.
Yep, that's round.
Yeah,
How swollen that
Home
is.
Depot's great. There's a lot of places that dispose of batteries, but Home Depot, thank you, Joe, for that. Dispose of batteries. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Do you know? Hey,
I had wanted to do an explosion or something with this stuff, but maybe I'll just take them to Home Depot.
I did that on
do it
accident
in your house. Yeah, Mike did it. Mike did a live test a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I didn't plug in the. Well, no, that was a couple months ago. I didn't plug in the balance lead, and I had it set on the wrong setting. And it was in the kitchen, and my wife wasn't home, and I was in the other room, and I started hearing. It sounded like a can of whipped cream spraying. No, it was solid.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Have you, Kelly, have you given it any thought to get yourself one of those LiPo bat safe charging units? I bought one. Not with the intention that something bad would happen, just with the thought that if something did happen, I have some sort of safeguard. And I kid you not, true, honest to life, true story. I was getting ready to charge batteries for a shoot for a client. I had my daughter here. I was sitting here at the computer, and to the left of me, just like maybe 3 feet away, I had batteries charging. I heard a pop, but I thought it was like something maybe in the wall because we're in a building complex. And the next thing you know, I seen like smoke coming from the top of the, the bat safe. So I disconnected everything. Stupid me. I opened the lid. Worst thing to do is because all those fumes, come out. But that, I swear to you, that bat safe container literally saved my office from burning down. 100%.
Yeah, no, I will check on it. I have a table over there that has 2 dual chargers that are pretty much running constantly, and only when I'm home. But sure. Yeah, I don't do. I have LipoSafe bags for my good batteries. And I guess, do you guys think it's okay to have, like, these are all just 4S's, but just to have a little stack of them in there like that?
I don't see the problem with it. I mean, as long as the cables aren't touching or anything. Something I saw Ed Ricker do, one of the spin-ups that we went to, he took each battery and put it in a plastic baggie just as an additional.
So they wouldn't cross.
So there wasn't any way that any of the balance leads would accidentally touch. I've never personally had that happen, but weirder things happen. I would.
That's fair. I should probably do that with all these dead ones, because some of these do have kind of suspect chewed up balance cords and stuff.
I use for my storage. I use ammo containers, and then what I do is I just rip the lining out of the top, so there's that seal. So I take the seal out of the top, so there's some ventilation. So if something should happen, I got ventilation. But another precaution you would do is, if you're going to do that, lay the bottom with sort of like a porcelain tile.
In the ammo container?
In the ammo container.
Because
if there is a fire, if there's a fire, it's a barrier, so it doesn't get
to the floor, to the ground.
Because if you have it, let's say, on a shelf or something, that's wood, it's just added barrier, because it's going to get hot, but it's not gonna pass through, essentially.
So did you guys, either of you, see the video where Sean Oz shot my little FPV drone out of the sky with a shotgun?
I did, but the video was very. It was in and out. It's like a Mr. Beast video. I was like,
after that,
with no money.
After that video, we actually took a couple of we took the battery that he shot that had severed one of the balance cords, actually.
Okay.
And we shot it with a pellet gun, and we could not make it, like, we couldn't get it to react.
I think that's a 4S battery, right?
It was a 4S, yeah.
Did you previously fly it?
Yeah, it was pretty dissipated, but then we were pretty much done. We were like, okay, we're done with this. We're gonna just call it. And we had been filming all day. It was 100 degrees outside, and we were both hungry and grumpy. We were kind of arguing like you and Sean argue, Ken. You guys kind of argue like an old married couple. We were getting to that point. Anyway, at the very moment where we thought we were done, the thing goes and it started, Mike, that same sound. It sounded like air escaping, like this kind of hissing sound, and then just a little bit of flame coming out. So I dropped it in a stream. We were right by a stream, and it kept bubbling for like 20 minutes. It just kept on bubbling in that.
What happened to me is I ran in there while it was pissing, and I grabbed it by the cord, unplugged it, and it was pissing. And I was standing there, and my friend was there, and he goes, "Bro, get that thing outside." I was holding it like, "What's happening?" Like an idiot.
Right. Let me look at it.
And he goes, "Bro, get that thing outside." So I started going to walking. I wasn't even running, walking outside, dangling this thing, and it started sparking like, and then I started running. And right when I threw it outside, it had burst into the biggest flame, and it probably a 4-foot flame shot off of it like a rocket.
And did you jump in slow motion as it exploded?
Yes.
Well, for me,
and then that was me running from my wife because there was burnt. The wall got burnt up on the way out, and I was trying. I was like, "Where's the magic erasers?"
Right. Send me an unbox of that, man.
My thing was I didn't want people to see it, so I'm walking out the front door of my office with this box that's on fire, and I'm in an office complex, and I'm thinking these people don't know who their neighbor is.
Right.
They don't know.
Doesn't know how explosive this place could become.
They don't know. But I mean, now, like I said, I have plenty of precautions, and I think that if you're going to fly FPV, rule number one is learn about LiPo safety 100%.
Hey, Ken, I wanted to tell you a quick tidbit about Ready Set Drone. He actually subscribed to me, I think, over 3 years ago. Almost 3.5 years ago, when I probably had 200 subscribers. He's the biggest and the oldest big channel ever. I don't know how.
I'm the biggest and the oldest.
Yeah.
I get another beer. But I want to hear about Kelly's injury. Kelly, tell me how that happened.
Finger.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can really see right there. That it's kind of hard to tell, but it's kind of swollen. Can you see that little bump and the bruise? And then that. So you mentioned earlier, Mike, about holding it by the tail so it doesn't bite you. My son and I have this thing. We've probably, since he's been a little kid, probably 5 or 6 times, we've seen dogs running down the road, and generally they have a collar on them. We go grab them, we put them in the car, we call the owner, and we feel like heroes. It's usually happened on busier roads. So we're coming home. I picked him up from school yesterday, and we're coming home, and there's this little Chihuahua going down the road headed from a busy road to an even busier road. So my son says, I'm going to grab that dog, and we'll figure out where he needs to go. So he jumps out. The dog starts to come towards him and then barks and runs off. And so we go up meandering through the neighborhood, and finally, after about 15 minutes, the dog is up on a guy's porch, and the guy comes out, and the guy, fortunately, is very cool about it, but he's up on the porch, stuck behind a planter, and he's just back there growling, and we're kind of trying, and I get down, try to get him. He's a Chihuahua, and he's missing an eye. No kidding, one-eye Chihuahua. So I get down on the ground, trying to kind of, just figure out if I can get him to trust me. The owner of the house comes out with some cheese. We try to give him cheese. Yeah. So finally I was like, okay, I think, because it's 102 degrees here right now, right? It's super hot in Texas at the moment. And I'm like thinking the dog's dehydrated, and I want my son to have another good experience of returning this dog. We notice it's missing an eye. We notice it's covered in bugs. We notice it's just like snarling at us. So the guy brings out a towel. I throw a towel over it and then just pounce on him and grab him. And he's pretty small. And I pick him up, and I'm like, now what do I do? Because he's going friggin' ape shit. I mean, just squirming and barking and all that. And he turns around.
You know how scary that was for that Chihuahua? Holy shit.
I know. This huge dude. I'm the biggest and the oldest, right? You said it yourself.
Yes, with a blanket.
With a blanket. So, and it was actually just towel. Anyway, he turns around and gets a hold of my finger. And basically you can't even really see it, but that finger is swollen and hurts. But that is his top tooth, and that's his bottom tooth. And he was dangling from my finger. I was trying to get him off like this.
Yeah, Chihuahuas have poisonous fangs, I think.
anyway,
in Texas they do.
So I got him to jump off, and then this house, the steps go up to the porch that we're on, and it's probably like, I don't know, 10 feet up off the ground. He jumps off the porch into the yard, does a roll, and just takes off.
Running from all the cats.
Running from all the crazy people. So anyway, just to wrap this story up, about 2 hours ago, I went over, my son was at his friend's house, and he lives in that same area as this porch. These people we didn't know. I went and bought the guy some beer, the owner of the house, who was super cool about it all. I bled on his porch. I mean, it was just, yesterday it was just coming out, big drops on the porch. I took him some beer. Everything. and his wife was there, and she came out and she said, I heard the story, and she thought I was kind of crazy because I didn't get stitches or anything. I didn't really need stitches. It was just kind of a puncture. But then she said, and I saw on Best Next Door. Do you guys have Next Door? It's like kind of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Mine's all about shootings, not Chihuahua attack.
somebody caught the dog, and I haven't looked on Best Next Door I keep wanting to say Best Buy Next Door to see what became of it, but yeah.
Somebody's gonna write an article like someone terrorized my Chihuahua.
Right.
They threw a blanket over here and pounced on it.
Right. I mean,
have you seen this guy? And then they're gonna
picture of me with the Shiner Bock and a bleeding finger.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
you're on somebody's Ring camera, like.
So I had a paying drone gig today, which I get occasionally.
Oh, nice, man. Nice.
Yeah. So North Austin Medical Center is expanding, and we did the first shoot today, and I was putting in waypoints to do so that I could recreate the shoot, and I actually had to use my middle finger to put the waypoints in because this finger is so swollen I couldn't really feel the screen. And
that's Ken's preferable digit.
Yeah. It's kind of the.
Yeah, I was joking with my daughter today. You know, sometimes I'll be like, ha ha ha, and I'll throw up this finger. But today, this finger came up, and she's like, "Mom, Dad flicked me off." I'm like, "No, I didn't. I showed her this finger," and I'm like, "Oh shit, it is the wrong finger." Never mind.
Have y'all seen Rampage with The Rock?
No, is that good?
So, yeah, well, no, but at the end of it, the gorilla, he does this. He does this. Because he does sign language, so he looks at the Rock and the girl that the Rock likes, and he goes like, "Oh, like the gorilla does this sign language." I watched it with my son, and my wife was on the phone, like, "What happened at the end of Rampage?" And my son, he's 6, he said, he put his finger in a hole, and then he, to say he should kiss her. And my wife's like, "Can you explain that?" So now he thinks this is the sign for kissing.
Yeah. Heavy
Jesus
kissing.
Christ.
Yeah,
So
true.
in the news, over the past week, Chicago it was an Envoy. It was an Envoy, remember?
Envoy.
So we were talking before the show. Mike and I were looking at the drone news that occurred over the week. And one of the things that happened that I found odd was an Envoy air passenger plane. Now, this is the title. This is the title that Drone DJ is going with. But they said an Envoy air passenger plane hits drone after Chicago takeoff. So it was a collision of it was an Embraer 175 passenger plane.
Embraer. It's
Embraer. So
Let's
see. The pilots reported the striking at 12,000 feet.
Yeah, that's right after takeoff. Yeah.
So 12,000. Well, 12,000 feet though. I mean,
They cruise at 30,000, and they usually take off at a pretty steep angle. But
12,000 feet is to say you struck something at 12,000 feet. I mean, I don't know. Like most DJI
y'all know
products,
I'm a pilot, right? So
yeah, I know you were.
You don't climb to cruising altitude because you're always in like Class Bravo airspace. You're in a pattern, right? So anytime you're around a major airport, especially Chicago, everybody is at different altitudes until they get out of the Bravo or they get out of the upside down wedding cake. So planes don't take off and just dart up to their cruising altitude.
They gradually depart.
They go up and they level out, and then they'll take off again once they get outside.
But they make the claim. They make the claim that at 12,000 feet high, they cracked into a drone. Now this is from the captain of the plane. He says he thinks he hit a drone.
I believe.
Yeah, that's the verbiage they used in the air data. I believe I hit a drone. I call bullshit. Because I know damn well that 90% of the DJI products that are out there, 1,600 feet is the limit of height.
And unless you do some sort of hack to the,
unless you do some sort of hack. But like, what are you doing at 12,000 feet near an airport? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
they wouldn't be that near it at that point. They're going to be well outside of 5 miles at 12,000 feet. That's
sure.
So they
still.
A passenger jet is going to climb out at 250 miles an hour is its climb out. So to get to 12,000 feet, they're probably pushing 20 to 30 miles away from the airport before they ever hit 12,000 feet. That's the angle.
True.
Okay.
True. But do you think as a pilot, do you think
I think that would be equivalent of me driving a school bus down the street and being like, I think I hit a hummingbird. I believe it was a hummingbird that hit my right front bumper. Unless it hits them on the windshield, these guys would be oblivious.
Did it say where it hit?
No. They would have said it. If it hit the windshield, it would have made it way different news, because that'd be terrifying and it would have made the news.
But Mike, you think it was a drone?
I just don't see it. I don't think so.
Sparky's video production says they hit Richard Branson.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
I mean, you
or Jeff Bezos.
But like the damage,
Bezos, he floated back down. So,
but
Bezos.
so if you compare this to the damage that we saw from the Cessna that hit the police drone in Canada, I mean, that was, I wouldn't say it was catastrophic damage on the Cessna, but there was visible damage to the aircraft.
Cowling was all messed up.
Real quick, y'all are. It might be good you have me on the stream. We talking about this news because I own a Part 145 FA repair station that inspects heavy jets for a living. Okay, that's what we do. We X-ray them. I check for cracks. I do bird damage assessment on heavy commercial airliners all day. The name of the company is Baron NDT. You can look it up if you don't believe me, but this is what we do. Bird strikes on airframes, on leading edges, parts that when a passenger jet is at speed, there's only a couple parts of the plane that possibly could get hit. And that's the vertical front edge, the leading edge of the wings, and the nose. Everything else, it would just skip off without a scathe. These areas are extremely strong. They hit Pelicans going 400 miles an hour, and there's the littlest dents that I have to go out and inspect.
What Pelican could go 400 miles an hour?
No. Pelican's doing 5.
Well,
the combined speed is about 405.
395.
Let me pose the question like this for you, Mike. So you do these inspections. Yep. You do these inspections, and a Pelican, obviously it's a soft target, we'll call it. With bones, but you're going to hit a drone, which a drone is made out of plastic for the most part, right? And relatively, we see what happens with impact of the ground. What do you think would have happened at 12,000 feet? They're doing, what would you say, 400 miles an hour at that point?
No, not if they were at 12,000. They hadn't gotten to cruising altitude yet. They wouldn't be above 250.
So 250 miles an hour. They strike what they claim is a drone at 12,000 feet.
Yeah, so I don't think the material being hard plastic, like when you feel it versus a bird, this is about mass. When you get to that speed, it's more about how much does something weigh is how much damage it's going to do. You could have a blob of Jello that weighs 40 pounds and it's going to do some damage because it's not going to have time to. So deform. 2 pounds.
So we'll say something that weighs, let's say 2 pounds, because
I would say if it hit the any leading edge, including on the empennage, the tail section, if it hit any leading edge, it would leave maybe a tiniest little dent.
Okay.
And
the guy would not know
like
it.
the hull of a ship almost, right? I mean, they're or the bow of a ship. It's very like steel, right? It's kind of bent steel.
It's all aluminum. Yeah. So inside of a wing is all aluminum ribs, and the wings. If you get inboard of about halfway through the wing, it's all fuel. And if they just took off, they're going to have a lot of fuel, and that adds structural rigidity because they're wet wings. So there is no fuel tanks inside the wings of these planes. They seal the inside of the compartment. So I go in and do fuel tank inspections all the time, and it's just a bunch of, sealant up and down the ribs.
Nice.
With holes that flow between. So
gotcha.
Look, this story sounds like complete crap. This guy either
I don't like the verbiage that they use. I don't really know, from a pilot perspective, I think you have to be black or white, right? You can't say I believe,
here's the thing. When you're in a jet that large, you're going to have to believe, because they're little dudes riding on the front of it. They're tiny compared. True. If you were driving a ship, think about it that way, like a ship in the ocean, and you felt the ship rumble, don't. You'd be like, I think I hit a whale or something,
right.
You would take whatever things you thought you possibly could hit and try to
They found nothing on the ground though. They found no drones in the area. They found no pilots
That's
in the
because
area.
something ate the pelican. Okay.
At 12,000 feet, though, I mean, you think about the range of where that could have, whatever it hit,
Sure,
where it could have gone.
but you know damn well they're on the ground. They're looking at that. They're looking at the aeroscope. They're trying to determine that. I mean, I don't. I know
and radar
damn well.
is very limited because I used to have a
Sure.
very small. I used to have a very small plane called a Long Easy. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. It was the first plane I ever. I built it in my garage, and that plane I would always get lost on radar, especially when I was flying over Arizona because the radars get spread out.
Sure.
So a bird, they're not seeing that. They'll see a flock of birds. They're not going to see a bird or a drone on radar.
Did the plane land immediately?
They
went back.
They circled back. They landed without incident, and they brought the plane in for inspection. I mean,
yeah, there's ATC
nothing.
call, and basically 30 seconds after impact, they said, I believe like 30 seconds ago, we hit a drone. So that means he wasn't very confident or he would have called right away.
Right.
So 30 seconds after the incident means him and the co-pilot sat there going, what the hell do you think that was?
Now,
I bet it was one of them damn drones.
Have you seen the stories circling out of LAX
About the Rocket Man?
About the Rocket Man?
Yeah.
Have you? I've
seen those.
I've been following this, and this shit
It's a year, right?
This shit's pretty wild, though. So they're saying that they're seeing a Rocket Man at 5,000 feet.
Oh,
which
that dude's awesome.
A little bit more believable, but there's actually a couple of passengers there's video out there of this. You can search for it. Search for Rocket Man on YouTube, and you'll find video of this shit. And it's a person.
Yeah.
He's flying.
Kelly,
I don't understand it.
Ken's a young guy. Me and you are close to the same age, but like
Old and big.
well, I meant old, like I
understand. Oldest
so
and biggest.
So what I was saying was when I see these videos of people flying around jetpacks, when I was younger,
they would land in the Super Bowl, right?
Well, it was always faked. It was faked for so many times that even when I see it today, I still have trouble believing it.
You think it's like photoshopped or
it's because my entire life people have been BSing about this happening, and now it's real.
But haven't they landed those things at sporting events for?
Yes, no, it's real. It's real now. I'm just saying it's hard for me to convince myself that we've gotten to that level.
Not at 5,000, and I don't think at 5,000 feet necessarily.
No,
I've not seen them at that altitude. I mean, I've seen them, 20, 30, 40 feet.
Over water.
You're saying there's passenger video of these things, like where
they've videoed
like
this,
out the window, and that you can actually see him.
Pull that up.
This UFO. Let me see. Let me
need to
try
be like
pull up.
This needs to be like Joe Rogan podcast when he turns over and says, now pull that up for me.
Yeah. Where's producer Paul?
Yeah, well,
when you need him.
And by the way, you guys are not seeing my ass crack tonight. I thought about it.
Oh, I think one time I walked into the bathroom while I still had my phone connected to something and took a leak with one of these shows.
Like that lady, like that girl on the Zoom call.
Yes. Lots of those have happened.
All right, here we go.
Did you find it?
You got it.
I've got it. So this is out of a passenger plane, and this is from 2020, but this is the most
It's happened pretty frequently, but like over long periods of time. It'll go a long time and then it'll happen again.
Yeah. So this is
what appears to be. This is like more of those. I believe it was a jetpack man.
I mean, what the fuck is that?
Why can't they just say?
I mean, this is a pilot coming in for a landing, and
wow.
I mean, that's some crazy shit if you think about it.
Yeah, that dude has some.
I mean, what the hell is that?
Shit. That's something on the lens. No, that looks like a jetpack, man. I mean,
it does.
That looks like a jetpack to me. I mean, that looks like a jetpack to me. I'm not going to say I
don't know how that jetpack is capable of lifting that dude's testicles. That's the.
I mean, I don't know.
Still tethered to the ground. That's how he finds his way back.
I mean, that's pretty wild.
Speaking of tethered, have any of y'all seen those tethered balloons in on the Mexican border in Texas?
No.
I have not.
Oh my goodness! So I was flying my Long Easy from California, and I was up at probably 12,000 feet in this little 2-seater, tiny plane, and the controller comes on. They say, "Are you beware of tethered balloons in the area?" And I said, "I'm at 12,000 feet."
What do these balloons look like, Mike?
They look like blimps on a tether, and they're like 15,000 feet long tether, like a cable this big around. And
those are supposed to show up on your sectional charts, right?
they are on the sectional, but of course I didn't look at it because I was using my iPad to navigate.
Yeah. Wow.
I typed in tethered balloon, but it's just coming up with penis balloons, Mike.
I'll type in balloon knot and see what you get.
Let me type in balloon knot.
Do that, yeah.
So what's the purpose of these, Mike?
They actually have sensors on there to measure aircraft coming across the border.
Ah, so it's border protection.
They're border protection tethered balloons. They're crazy. You have never seen a balloon on a cable that's 14,000 feet
And did you
long.
actually see one as you
Yes.
flew past?
Yes, scared the shit out of me. It's so when you're in a little plane, and I thought all I could think about was if they hadn't have warned me, I could have flown into this
Give you warning? They're giving you warning, like saying, "Hey,
The
there's by the
controller
way-"
did.
Okay, the controller let you know.
It's 6-inch
there's-
cable. It's like a
Yes.
cable.
That would jack you up, Mike.
No, I rip
Yeah.
a wing off. So like I would have known that. I believe it was a cable that I hit.
Do
At
you have any
14,000
sort
feet.
of you have parachutes on those planes, Mike?
And then no, man.
No ejection?
No.
You're fucked.
You just go down. I mean, you build it in your garage. What are you gonna do? But these things are really amazing. Somebody should go fly drones out there and
Give a whole new meaning to Unboxed
Hey,
Warehouse if you rip
think
the wing
about
off.
this. What's the legality of this? What's the legality of this?
Can you go 400 feet over it? Is that your
yes.
question? Like because it is attached to the ground.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Somebody
no.
call the FAA and see if they can get that video because there is a structure that is 14,000, 15,000 feet.
But
on
is
the
it
border
is
of
it
Texas.
is it considered a structure? You know, or is it
Nothing's
temporary?
going to be near it. No aircraft are going to be near it.
the other
You're
question
talking
is
about that tethered balloon. Can you even
Yeah.
fly near it though? Can you even? I don't
Was
think
it-
you
was
can
it
legally
moving?
fly over the border though. I don't think.
They're not over the border. They're on our side.
I know that,
Was
but
it-
you're not
was it
allowed to
moving?
fly a drone over the border.
You're not going over the border. Those balloons are on our side of the border.
Okay, they're on our side.
so Ken, where I'm at in upstate New York is on the St. Lawrence River, which is between
Are you
Lake
in New
Ontario.
York right now, or
Oh,
are
No,
you're
you
in
in?
Austin.
No, I'm at home.
Okay,
My
you're home now.
wife's parents have a house in upstate New York, and we go there in the
Okay.
summer, and it's on the St. Lawrence River, and you're looking across at Canada. And so I fly out. There's a lot of freighters that go through the channel there, going from Lake Ontario out to the ocean, and I'll fly out. And there's a certain point at which you cross over into Canadian airspace,
Okay.
and it's really kind of weird because I feel like I've probably done it inadvertently because
Uh-huh.
you know I don't want to be that guy, but at the same time,
Does anything happen though? When you
no
cross it?
no Mounties.
You mean with your drone?
yeah.
No, they're not going to do
I
it.
thought the Air 2S would be like, returning to home, eh? I don't know.
Gotta get some
Hey.
poutine.
Return
know what-
home.
I don't know what it says when it does it, but I
Yeah,
thought there was
Kelly's
like some
IP
sort of
address.
legally thing. You don't have to like. I thought there was like legal like you like because you fly over to Mexico. I don't know if you ever seen the videos like of the guy that was riding his mountain bike and he was like in the Rio Grande and there's like a spot where everybody swims and he crossed over into Mexico and then rode his bike back over. Never got off his bike, but as soon as he got off
His bike.
they got off his bike. They had all these questions for him, but then they let him go. But then like 10 miles down the road, he's riding his bike again. And Border
I
Patrol
did see
pulls
that
him over.
video.
Did you see that video? I don't
What
know how
was
it
that
got
on?
recommended. It was on YouTube.
I
It's on
did see
YouTube.
that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
They arrested him.
he never got off his bike.
He never got off his bike. He never
No.
he never got
So
off
he
his
was
bike.
he was so confused too.
Did you, Mike? Did you ever go to Boquillas? Do you know where Boquillas is in Mexico?
Is that next to Bukakis?
Bukakis. It is. Boquillas is in right across from Big Bend National Park. And before 9/11, you could go there and pay $1 and ride across, get on a burro, and ride into town.
This stupid motherfucker.
I caught it, but I didn't think it was that funny.
I know, but his face, he was just waiting. He was just
All right,
waiting
all
for
right.
it. You know,
I've
all
obviously
right.
got to catch up with you guys.
Oh,
What
Jesus
number are you
Christ.
on, Dono?
I'm
is
on
two.
to tending the 4, but Mike's over here dropping bukkake, Drew.
Anyway, you could go across the border, pay $1 and no border check. And the thing is, at the time in the state park, there were signs that said Boquillas border crossing this way.
And don't say it anymore.
No, it's gone. Oh, Boquillas.
Yeah. Where do you live in Austin? I used to live in Austin. Ben White and Manchac?
Opposite end of town.
Okay.
I'm northwest.
Northwest. Okay.
Like, you know where the Arboretum is?
That sounds like some place where smart people go.
The Arboretum.
No.
Oh God.
Camera battery.
Yeah. Hey, put me on mute for a minute.
I'll pull you out. It'll be a Kelly and Ken show for a moment. God, he kills me. You know what? Hindsight 2020. Bukaki. So we got Spin Up 2021 coming up. How excited are you for Spin Up, Kelly?
Dude, I'm more and more psyched. It's weird because it always feels like it's a long way off, and then all of a sudden it's just right here. But that's where we met for the first time, right? I think.
You did. You actually you invited me out to Spin Up 2018.
Yeah,
just a little dono, not knowing a thing. 10 pounds, 12 ounces,
like a little one-eyed Chihuahua.
Well, the one-eyed Chihuahua. But you know what? I think Spin Up was not yet. Okay, not yet. Spin Up was where you made a lot of good connections with people. Like
you do.
I don't think a lot of people knew me really then, but they do now. But it's that real life human interaction with people that is so priceless, I think.
Flying
I really
together,
do
drinking beers together,
exactly.
It's just bullshitting, telling stories. I mean, it really is. It's awesome because I'm looking here at the chat, right? And I see all these folks in here. Like I see Harley FPV. Now I got to meet Harley FPV up in Colorado at Spin Down. You met him too. Yeah. Awesome guy. But there are so many people that you don't get to meet. And I would say probably because you and I have gone to a lot of these events like Minefield and Spin Up.
Right.
We have probably met more folks than the average person who watches drone channels and watches YouTube.
Sure.
So for everyone to get to come together and meet folks that they chat with all the time, that's really the magic of it. So we have. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say is this year, specifically 2021, we've had a lot of drone meetups, right? Like there's been a lot of meetups as of recent. We had the South Florida drone meetup, which actually turned out to be
awesome.
Huge. Yeah. Then we had just more recently, we had the Rhode Island drone meetup, which I got a chance to go to that.
You went to that one too?
I did go to that one too.
Dang.
Here's my thing, man. I like meeting people, despite being people like, oh, you're people that don't watch the channel like fully or ever met me. They think I'm an asshole, but like I'll go to these events and hang out with people and like fly. And I'm just more of like in-person people person, not like an online people person. Maybe that's one way to interpret that. But we went to the Rhode Island event and it was super fun. It was a great trip. Billy and I were just driving in the car basically nonstop. Had an amazing time. I ended up having to drive back home from that event, though. That was not so much fun.
To Florida.
To Florida, because all the flights were canceled. But anyways, and then recently drove up the Ken's event at the Minefield, and there was a lot of people there. How
many? I've not talked to anybody who went.
There had to be like 100 people there. There was one point there was 100 people there. I actually left for a little bit because I brought my youngest daughter with me. My oldest daughter has been sick, and I've been trying to keep my youngest one healthy and keep her away from everything.
Separated. Yeah.
So keeping them separated, keeping her out of the house as much as I possibly can. But that's one of the good things about having a studio is staying out of the house. I get to be out of the house all the time. So I took her with me. We went to the Minefield event. We drove up there. We had a great time. There was over 100-something people there. And we got to fly the spot, and it's always nice to fly a spot that you flew previously.
Yeah, you kind of know what to expect.
You remember things.
And you watch those videos and you go, man, I should have tried that gap, or I should have tried to go through the culvert under the the little ditch.
Well, and I did everything that I couldn't do last year. I did this year. Nice. And I remembered to myself, I'm like, shit, I know there's a lot of cables here. And it was funny because people that never flew that before, you can hear them, Kelly, freaking hitting the cables. And I'm like, you'd see a drone go spinning. I'm like, he hit a cable. So that was sort of cool, but it was a fun event. It was raining in the morning, and I was really nervous. I was like, oh shit, here it is. We're game over. It's raining. And I don't know what
how many hours of a drive was it for you?
12-hour drive. 12-hour drive.
Yeah, okay. I think it was.
Okay, let me take it off and I'll change my settings. I just had to switch cameras.
No worries, buddy. No worries.
I think it was 14 from here. But yeah, I was gonna say, actually, one of the most fun things about Spin Up in 2020, last year, was you and me flying FPV over in that field.
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
I remember just being over there, kind of away from the minefield part, and then we flew over into that cemetery, and then Bill from Metro Drones came over and joined us for a little while, and man, that was just like, and that's also one of the places where my FPV started to click. Like I was watching you fly, and I was trying to chase you, and I remember thinking, okay, I'm actually doing pretty good in acro, which was new for me.
You know what was interesting though is like this year there wasn't a lot of there was a lot of people there, but there wasn't a lot so last year you and I went because I remember Ken was like, so and so is going to be there, so and so never showed up. Yeah. And so you and I ended up going so we could be there, and it was cool. I got to meet Kelly Green finally.
Oh, nice.
I was thinking to myself, I'm like,
the evil Kelly.
The evil Kelly. But it's cool to meet people like that you see, and I'm like he's real. It's really him.
Yeah.
It's like. But it was cool to, hang out with Ken a little bit and to do the event. And then, we got Spin Up, which I feel is like going to be the Super Bowl of, the drone events this year.
Thanks, man.
That's sort of the final like hurrah.
You've never met Troy before, have you, in person?
Troy
Nguyen from I know he's built some drones for you.
He built my Squirt for me, and then I tore it all apart. So yeah. But I've not met Troy. I've talked to him several times. He's helped me tune some of my Cinelifters a little bit here and there.
Nice.
So but Troy's a good guy. It's always interesting to see somebody like Troy in the industry, sort of forging new ground, with the Cinelifters.
Yeah.
But I look forward to possibly seeing him. I'm going out to commercial UAV. So in a week and a half, the 6th, I'm flying out to Vegas to go to commercial UAV. Supposed to be a pretty large event. A lot of people are excited because this is going to be the first one in person again.
Yeah, because they skipped it last year.
Not consumer stuff, but commercial stuff. But it's important. I think it's important to see both sides of the business.
Oh, for
see
sure.
The commercial aspect, and then of course to see the consumer side of things. So I think it's it's a good event to go. It gives me an excuse to go to Vegas, I guess, if anything.
And Vegas is one of those places where you really need to go for something other than just the gambling, because otherwise you just I like going to a conference or something during the day and then actually putting out, spending a couple hours having some fun at night. That's way better to me than going from 8 a.m. till midnight. It's
like when we go, we usually we'll go do the helicopters. When we go to Vegas, we'll go shoot the machine guns off the helicopters, because where else can you do that? You can't do that anywhere. I'll walk the strip once when I'm there. I'll just burn the strip out. But I'm not going to sit there and gamble the entire time. I want to go to the event, meet the people, try to understand whatever new products. And I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of new releases. It's hard to see. Can't really see it.
When is the event?
It is the 6th. It's hard to see, but look closely where my finger is.
Yeah.
You can sort of make something out. It's a blur, but there's something there.
Is that something that might be released in Vegas?
It's going to be something that's going to be released in Vegas. It's hard.
Okay.
Nerk, that's how you hide things, Nerk.
Keep them back there. Sweet.
Keep it back there.
Well, so I was just going to say one other thing about Spin Up too is really, to me, it is the most, because it really isn't about industrial.
No,
it is more about consumer drones, technology, stuff like that. But it's really about this community. It's about all these folks that I'm looking at. I saw Matt Cundiff earlier saying he was excited to meet us and go there. And same thing here, man. He is going to be one of those people that I haven't met yet in person, and just to be able to meet somebody that I've interacted with so many times online, watched his show, he's watched my show, you know, in the chats. That's really the magic of it. It's just like putting that name with the face. And then we have some good speakers. We have a ton of good giveaways. We're going to be in a good spot to fly. We usually go out and fly the next day too. We'll drink some beers. I mean, it's just, it is kind of a good short weekend kind of thing. And Austin's one of those places too. If you've never been here, it's a cool place to come visit, you know, In-N-Out burgers and such.
So my game plan is to arrive Friday the 5th. I'm going to get in there a little early, get settled down in the hotel. Friday night, we usually do like a big dinner, right?
Yep, that's right. I'm going to try and get that same place because everybody seems to like it. Same boat.
That's been a good tradition. It's going to there. Saturday, obviously doing spin up. And then Sunday, I'm probably going to leave Monday. I've been leaving Sunday, but I'm going to leave Monday this year. I think that's a better day to fly. And that
we had a blast on Sunday. Both years it was live. And also the time, you know, actually this past time when you guys came out and we did it virtually, that was a blast too. It was a different kind of vibe. But remember, we went and had electric jellyfish beer afterward. And then we went out to Sean's dad's place and flew FPV out there.
We did that. Yeah.
First time I ever flew a 6S. That was your
we had a good time. That, you know, after we were done filming Spin Up, you know, we went out to IBM.
That's right. That night and lost Ken's drone.
And lost Ken's drone. So, I mean, there's a lot of great spots to fly FPV too in Austin. You know, I don't know how it will be now since obviously COVID is different now this year. So maybe it's still as deserted as it was. I don't know.
Austin's pretty drone friendly in general. You know, I mean, one of the places that I actually just flew yesterday morning is Old Settlers Park, and there's so much space out there. There are hike and bike trails, there's soccer fields, and then there's woods you can fly through. There's playgrounds. You know, it just depends on, of course, no kids. You don't want to do it.
Sure.
Jace, I don't know if you remember Jace. He was
Jace McGowan.
Yeah. Jace and I flew yesterday morning. Just went out there and he was working on fixing a couple of drones and just wanted to test them. And he was going to go out there at 6:30 a.m. And I was like, dude, I'll join you. And it was great. Okay, we had a really good time. Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, I appreciate you promoting it, and to everyone. And we are going to stream it also. So if you cannot make it, we are going to stream it, and we're not going to stream it half-ass stream it. We're going to stream it like we did last year with multiple cameras, have somebody dedicated to the sound and the video. So the quality will be good from the stream. And then it's my hope too, that for people who can't join, who are on the streams, we can actually take the like chat and stuff like that and put it up on screens and have some interactivity. Also, some other stuff, Ken, we're going to be doing some indoor whoop racing. We're going to be doing some indoor whoop target shooting with Nerf guns. That was actually Sean's idea to get some Nerf guns and do some laps and see if anybody can take them down with Nerf guns, which I think would be a lot of fun. We're going to have some contests and then a crap ton of giveaways. We have a lot of stuff we're going to be giving away. I just saw a comment in there about the Springhill Suites, Johnny Drone Flyer. I actually got a discount code from the Springhill Suites, and what I'm working on right now is being able to, and I'm sorry it took this long. The lady was slow to get back to me, but she's going to give us a group rate. And so if you already booked your hotel, I'm going to publish some information about how to get that discounted rate. It's my hope is that if you already booked, it's not too late. She said it shouldn't be a problem. So if you're in the Springhill Suites, which is walkable, and
where is the event this year? I see it's Cedar Park Recreation Center.
Cedar Park Recreation Center, which is it's kind of northwest Austin. It's not too far. It's further west from the Boy Scout place, and a little bit further west from kind of west of the Del Diamond as well. But it's got a conference center in the back, like a big room that we can use, and then it opens out onto a patio that is next to a lake and plenty of space to fly right there. So it should be
interesting. Okay. I'll have to go. I have not yet booked yet. I know Billy texted me last night and he said, here's where I'm staying. So make sure you book there.
Oh, nice. Well, the book Springhill Suites is literally right next door to the place, and there's a whole bunch of hotels right there. It's kind of a up and coming, bustling area. Restaurants, hotels, all within walking distance. Honestly, if you can catch a ride with somebody and you're going to stay in that area, you won't need a car for at least probably Friday. Well, unless, you know what, actually, and speaking of that, I probably won't have the dinner on Friday at Sam's Boat because it's a little ways off. I'll try to have the dinner closer to that area. So if somebody,
yeah, we'll start a new tradition.
Yeah. And there's lots of good restaurants right around there. So
yeah,
all good.
So I'll put this offer out there. If there's anybody that's going to be coming in Friday, I'm going to be buying my tickets in the next probably week or so. So I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to get a rental car. So if there's somebody who doesn't have a rental car, wants to ride, and you want to ride with me, I mean, I'm not the best driver in the world, but I can assure that you're going to make it there safely. That's all I can guarantee.
And we promise there won't be any alligators. Big Al.
Yeah, we're not doing that shit again.
That kind of became famous from losing Ken Herron's drone.
You know, actually, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm not even joking. So Ken and Sean like had all the sound bites, and Sean obviously his camera was never stopped rolling, and I didn't give it any thought that he was recording this whole time. Like when you screamed, I was losing my freaking mind down there, dude. I'm telling you, because you stayed back with Brad and everybody. So
yeah, it was definitely swampy. Like you guys walked down into a swampy, dark area with a lot of, I mean, you know, it could have been like Star Wars in the trash compactor where the arm comes up and grabs Luke and pulls him down.
Yes, but people don't understand where I come from. Water like that has gators in it. Gators are in those waters. And that's where I was like, all right, we're in Texas. It's warm enough. I mean, I guess I didn't really think like, okay, we're pretty north Texas here. It's probably not likely that there's going to be alligators, but I know Texas has gators, but
yeah, Houston has gators, but Austin does not.
I guess I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but anyways, so Ken puts this video together and everything. Somehow it gets picked up by some viral streaming platform. Probably like 72 hours later, this producer from Discovery Channel reaches out to me. Anyways, turns out they picked me up for some sort of reality show that's going to be happening relatively soon, but it was based upon that. And I
wait. This is true?
Yeah, this is true.
Do people know this, or are you just saying this for the first time?
No. I've talked about it in the past. COVID put a lot of it on pause.
Okay.
COVID put a lot of it on pause because we couldn't travel. But we've already filmed the Sizzler for the TV show, and like all that's done.
Sweet. And that was because of that viral video. See what happens when you come to spin up. There's the lesson there, folks. You should definitely. I don't know if you have his number, but you should get a hold of Brennan B. You know, he did a whole reality show down in Latin America, like in South America. Just ask him for pointers on doing a reality show, because you know he went through it.
No, and it's funny because the show is gonna sort of be similar to that, but they're like, yeah, you're gonna be put in situations similar to what you were exposed to in that video.
Kind of scary situations.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they want that reaction, which they'll probably get that reaction.
Yeah. You can scream like a girl when you want to.
Yeah, I absolutely can. Mike, I see you made it back.
I had to switch to my A7S3.
Now that Mike's back, I'm going to go grab number 2. So I'll be right back.
Grab number 2.
Not going to do number 2. I'm going to grab number 2.
So I bought an A6400 just for this live streaming setup. And it's been powered by USB, and I had the powered by USB option on. Didn't work.
Okay.
So I had to go grab my A7S3, and of course, it's not set up for live streaming.
That's terrible. You had to go grab your A7S3.
Look how terrible it looks. The
A7S3. The A7S3.
Right now, I mean, it's not. Okay. I didn't have time to tweak it.
Right.
It's in picture profile 11. It's not set to this white balance. It's just now I look like Paul.
Paul is out there lurking right now. I'll tell you right now. Paul is out there. So producer Paul is off tonight. So producer Paul has been married for 10 years to his beautiful wife, Chelsea. 10 years he's been married. Can you believe it? Somebody's been married to him that long. He's been married 10 years. So he is off on his anniversary or honeymoon, or they're celebrating. And how do you celebrate something like 10 years here in Florida? You go to Disney. They went to Disney. They're Disney-aholics.
I love Disney. I'm not from Texas.
I'm
not from Florida.
Loves Disney. I'm seeing all the photos of him and his son, and I'm like, I sort of miss my Disney passes. I sort of miss my Disney passes.
I let mine expire, and now you can't get them anymore. Season passes are on hold.
Oh, is that it?
For a year, you can't get them.
Really?
I even made up a story. Like it was really bad, but I called Disney to see if they could make some Disney magic. I think I acted like I was crippled or something, and like they didn't care. They're like, we can't do anything. No season passes.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
All right.
I look like a ghost now.
McConaughey's.
Oh, did you watch? I just watched Math. Is that you lose weight with that, right? Like
this beer is juicy, velvety, and drinkability. And what's weird about this beer? They actually use a different can. Can you see that? It's a sticker. They put a sticker over another can.
You know what the crazy thing about that beer is? No matter how old you get, it stays the same age.
Right. All right.
I got to tell you guys, we have 125 people watching the stream tonight. If you haven't already, there are only 58 likes on the stream. So take a moment and just smack that like button's little ass. It'll feel so good if you hit it, and you'll see that little thumbs up button. It does help out a tremendous amount. I do appreciate it.
Velvety. That's the
thumbs
button.
Up ability.
Thumbs up ability. Go ahead.
Kelly, I gotta ask. No, I know you're such a humble guest. I gotta ask. Something I've been noticing. Because this is more of the YouTuber-y things, is that I feel like we're in a drone rut as of recent. I look at the views. I look at all the analytics. Does it feel like we're in a little bit of a drone rut as of right now?
Yeah, 100%. It actually doesn't make me happy that you say that, but it makes me feel less alone, because my performance on my videos now, I haven't been putting out videos that I know are going to do well. Like actually this Air 2S video, I'm pretty sure will do well, because that's a topic a lot of people want to look at, especially going into the shopping season. But like putting out FPV chase videos, or
nobody gives a shit.
It's like 300 views, 400 views, and that's that. And it's but
you know what's ironic?
I like those.
But you know what's ironic? The only person doing views when it comes to FPV, unless your name is fucking Bot Grinder, you're not going to get views if you're putting out FPV content. That's it. That is it. Unless you're Bot Grinder, you're not going to get views.
You're talking about actually just. Did you see his thing, by the way, where he did
I'm so proud of him.
Where he did the prison
that's
drop. Clever.
That's
clever.
That
was pretty funny.
But you know what? It's he's a prime example of why I think people should stick to their whoever you are online, stick to whoever you are, because even if people don't like who you are, guess what's going to happen? They're still going to watch. And if you look at Bot Grinder's analytics as a whole, he destroys me.
I mean, do you remember the first time I called you about Bot Grinder?
Yes.
I called you one day. I didn't even know you knew him.
You didn't even know.
I thought I ran into he was so charismatic that he didn't give a shit. That the first time I watched him, I was like on crack. And I was like,
well,
this guy
you called me and you're like, dude, have you seen this guy? He curses worse than you. Have you seen? And I'm like, oh, you must be talking about Bot Grinder. He goes, yeah, but like, I can't look away. And I can't
stop watching.
I can't stop watching.
And I always bring this up about YouTube. We can all make beautiful videos. We can buy the best camera gear, but when you have something special about you, you're going to just blow everybody out of the water.
Absolutely. Agree.
I'm a regular 43-year-old dude trying to make cool YouTube videos. So I struggle to find my way. But people like him are just so damn interesting that it doesn't matter if he was quilting. I would watch him.
Quilt grinder.
Quilt grinder.
First time I met Mike at the beach like a couple of months ago. This is my first impression. I'm out surfing with Sean. I see Mike sitting on the beach. My wife's there. Sean's wife. Let me show you like a description of Mike.
Oh shit.
So you met Sean as well.
Yeah. What is it gonna Yeah, except not as fat.
what's Ken
First
Heron's
off-
news
first
guy
off,
name?
I
Jeff
was-
Sills.
Just in my defense, I was at the beach.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
that's what
like,
you do at the
it's
beach.
not like
That's
I was
Mike. That's
No.
Mike.
Ken.
I'm out surfing, and he's over there, guns out, shirts off.
Yeah,
I mean,
your
he's
fat
over
ass
there,
is surfing with a shirt on.
I got my shirt on backwards, and
He's
Holly
surfing in a
fucking inside
shirt.
out. Damn it!
So did you were you trying to imitate Jeff Sills in that?
No, I'm
sexy Jeff
imitating.
Sills?
I'm imitating Michael because
Ken,
that's what I saw.
I was at the fucking beach. Now I
I know
on
you're
the
at the beach, but
I
you're
was-
over
I
there
was-
like.
I was on the same 6x6 blanket as your wife. That may have been awkward for the first.
I'm not saying that was
time.
awkward, but I mean, he walks up and I'm thinking, Unbox Warehouse, he's going to be, I don't know, middle-aged male, possibly slightly out of shape. He walks up and he's like chiseled like some Greek freaking god. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what am I doing wrong with my life at this point? Like instantly I was like, oh, this is a shit show.
Well,
I'm like,
just so you know,
I can't get, I
didn't realize you were so tiny.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
I
had to buy.
when
I bought the
you sound
tightest
like
wetsuit. I bought the tightest wetsuit. I'll just admit that right here.
They gave you a ladies one, right? You were like, I want a small men's wetsuit, please. And they said, the large ladies would fit you just fine.
I need a
you know how
medium, please.
people when they say they meet people that they see on TV,
Yeah.
and they're always smaller, like that's the experience I got, not the one you got.
Well,
Because I walked up to you, I was like, "Oh, look at him! He's a cute little Dobo."
So wait, you're 43, Mike. You're
He's a
43.
cute little. You're like, yeah. How tall are you? You're like 6'.
Don't know,
Yeah,
how are you?
he's 43. I'm
How old are
30,
you?
36.
Okay.
I'm 43. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah,
still
no-
have a chance to possibly rectify life. I don't know.
Oh
You
yeah,
do.
you got it. You got it. You're
You know,
you're well on your way to
I
rectifying
look at it
life.
I look at it this way. I have more time on my hands, and one of the nice things about going to Spin Up this year is I do have the time now to take off. I don't have a day job, so I mean that's fucked. I probably made a mistake. I don't know. I hope to Christ I didn't. I hope
No,
to
man,
Christ.
you got to do what you want to do. You got to do what excites you and what gets you up in the morning, right? I mean, if you're gonna don't look back on your life and say,
Yeah,
"Man,
no,
I wish
I
I
know.
had taken that chance." That's the whole reason I started Spin Up. Honestly, I talked with my wife for about 2 years before we actually started the event. I talked to her about it. I'm like, I feel like I should do this event. There's all these people online that I've never met before, that have never
Sure.
met each other. I feel like A, there's a market there for this. B, it would just be awesome and fun to do. And it's a shit ton
What's
of
the
work.
turnout? What's the turnout?
Well, the first year we had about 65.
I've never been. I wanna go,
The
but-
first year we had about 65 at the Dell Diamond. The second year we had about 90 at the Boy Scout place, and this year I'm hoping for about 150.
But you know what? I still think the best year we had was last year. The interaction was through the
Last
effing
year
roof.
was Last year was really fun.
So
but again, different vibe, right? I mean, it was definitely a different. I mean, that was more
When
like a
is it?
television show.
I'm going.
right, but
November 6th. Just
You
go to
gotta go.
dronespinup.com.
Yeah, I'll
Mike,
go.
you got to go. Mike,
No,
you
I'll
got to
go.
go.
Me and
You
you
go?
can go. Are you flying there? Or are you driving?
I'm flying. Yeah, I'm taking
Yeah,
Paul
I'll
with me. I've committed to taking Paul with me, and I may regret that. But I'm taking Paul with me. Producer Paul's going to go. We're going to get him out. I've already got approval from his wife, so he's going to go. So
That's
you
awesome.
got to go, Mike. You got to go.
No,
It's
I'm
a
going.
great time. There's a shit ton of people. I would
My-
love. I would
I
love
got
nothing
family
more.
in
To,
Austin.
Yeah,
I would
you
lo-
said you used to live here at
yeah,
Slaughter
see,
and
that's
Slaughter and Ben
perfect.
White.
You got to go.
Well, my family lives up on. Do you know if you go out past Dominion over up Mountain Road on the left there?
You mean
In the
like on
hills.
20 on 360 off of
Yeah, if you go
360?
past Dominion and there's a HEB on the left,
Mhm.
and there's like a barbecue place on the right, gas station barbecue place.
Oh yeah, Rudy's.
That could be any
Rudy's.
street in Austin.
And they
at
say
this
they had
point.
the worst. Their
The
whole
worst barbecue
advertising
in Texas.
campaign
Yeah,
is
yeah.
they had the worst barbecue.
Yeah, no, Rudy's is awesome.
Mhm.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they
That's
live
awesome.
up that road to the left there. Yeah.
Okay,
so-
very cool. Yeah, that's actually not too far from. I live 360. That's South 360, but I live on North 360.
awesome.
What's the
I-
menu like for this year, Kelly?
The menu for food or the
Oh, he
menu
pro-
for
yeah, he
speakers or
provides food.
No, menu for food.
Oh,
the speaker.
well, so first of all, I got to give, I don't know if Bill with Metro Drones is still in the chat, but his wife, Sandy, 2 years ago, helped my wife do all the catering. And actually, I do want to say something real quick that's a little bit serious and a little bit of a downer. But you guys remember Barry Markowitz? Do you remember Barry Markowitz from 2 years ago from Hawaii? His wife passed away.
Oh my God! No way.
Her name is Taffy, and she made
the most amazing coffee.
Yes, she made the Coco Samoa, which was amazing. And I just found out she died about a month or so ago. But yeah, stuff like that was just like a nice surprise. And my wife is going to cater it. She went to chef school in New York. She's an awesome cook. She's going to do all the take care, whether she buys it and has it catered by a restaurant. Sure. But I think probably Tex-Mex. I mean, everybody loved Chuy's the first year. Mike, you've been to Chuy's, right?
Yes.
We had Chuy's cater it one year. We'll have a vegetarian option for Chris Waters, Sunrise Water Media, who is my buddy, but a vegetarian and a pain in the ass to eat with.
Got a question here from Arbad. Question: I have the Mavic 2 Pro and Zoom, DJI FPV drone, and Air 2S smart controller. How can I use multiple controllers with the Air 2S and goggles?
Ari is Race Edition.
Okay, Race Edition. Okay.
Those are the red ones. And Air 2S.
Yeah.
You and Ken Heron got me airborne. Thanks. So, well, I think
first off, who's you? Is it Kelly or Ken? Who got an airborne?
I don't know.
I think I have
all of us. Well, I'll take credit for that.
I think I have sort of the answer for that.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Because I haven't used the goggles RE in a while, and I don't think they actually work with the FPV or the Air 2S.
No, they don't. They definitely do not.
But they do work the Mavic 2 Pro and Zoom. I've used it with the Zoom. I haven't ever used it with the Pro, but I assume it's the same. I'm not clear on what the question is, though. Can I use the goggles V2 with the Mavic 2? So, you cannot use the. You can't.
They were supposed. You know what's weird about that is that in the betas it did. In the beta, the V2 goggles were working with the Mavic Air 2S.
So I talked to.
I don't understand.
I talked to DJI about that because I had a beta and it was supposed to be that way. It was a complicated process to make it work, and it was glitchy. And what I was told was they would rather not do it out of the gate and have all those problems with it. So they just took it off the table. They said it's not going to be a feature.
Another thing that I thought was gonna.
You're dark now, Mike.
I thought another thing that was supposed to come out was
that was better. I like that.
The telemetry does not show on the FPV drone app. When I've seen the beta, it did. There was telemetry on the application.
You mean the H, the little H that tells you where the home is?
No. Like your altitude and your speed was showing on the application.
You had that, and I didn't have that when we tested it together.
And now I don't have it anymore because I don't have that phone. But I had a beta app from DJI that had the telemetry showing when you were connected to your goggles, and it was so funny. I made my
because you were telling me how fast I was going.
Yes,
when I was flying the first time, you were telling me.
And you had it connected to the phone.
He had his phone connected to my headset.
Yes.
Telemetry. Okay.
And he could see telemetry of me flying.
And I made the controller, the mount for the FPV drone controllers based upon that beta, thinking, they're going to release it.
Right.
And if somebody wanted to fly line of sight with the FPV drone, well, here's a controller. Here's, you don't have to fly with your goggles if you don't want. Because I know a lot of people, they weren't ready to commit to the goggle flight. They're not ready to commit to that. They're still, Mavic pilots trying to transition over, and it was a good way. But the better part about it is if you had to flip your goggles up for whatever godforsaken reason, you could see it, and now it's not there. I don't understand. I
don't know that either. But I do really hope that their MO going forward is to make the camera drones work with the goggles. I mean, that would just be. You would think we're using Oculus Sync 3, right? We have to get to that point. The original goggles. Did either of you ever try the original goggles, the white ones or the REs?
I did, and it was funny. I always joke that I Stevie Wonder. I really Stevie Wondered bad with the white goggles.
They were huge, and the screen was really big, and I still have a pair of them. I should do something with them or just sell them or something. But ultimately, they are that was the first time I realized what FPV could be, because I had been doing analog FPV with cheap FPV goggles that I'm getting sent to me from China. You know, they're not even Fat Sharks, and the screen was all glitchy and everything. And then as soon as I saw the original white goggles, clear OcuSync, dang, that was awesome.
You know, why don't they have Ken, real quick? Why don't they have? Back when I was learning to fly RC planes, I would team up with someone. We'd hook our controllers.
Oh, like a buddy box.
And they would hold the toggle switch, and when they let go, they could take controls and save me. I mean, I wish they would re-implement that with these FPV drones.
Some kind of a buddy box system.
Yeah, so where like I could be on the DJI drone, Ken could be on his goggles seeing what I'm seeing, but he's holding literally a switch that when he releases, he has full control instantaneously. Yeah. No,
that
technology was there 10
I was going to
years
say,
ago.
Like the programming to do that would be super easy. Like it
Seems
would
super easy.
That wouldn't be hard to do at all.
But you wouldn't make as much money fixing drones and reselling more drones.
This is factual. Somebody asked me a question. They asked me about what is sitting on the table behind me. Is that in fact a Evo? So I'll go and I'll just show it. I don't give a fuck.
It's orange.
Oh, he's got special Evo. He's got Evo with attachments.
Oh, ribbed for her pleasure.
This a ribbed Evo.
I've been working on this video for a little bit now. But this is the new Evo Enterprise. This is the version 2 Enterprise. And this right now, it has the RTK module on here.
So that is like super accurate GPS, right?
0.01 meters is the accuracy.
Sub-meter GPS is
sub-meter GPS. So with the GPS, like the GLONASS GPS, you would be at 1.3 sub-meters, I guess it would be. This is 0.01 or 0.1. It's incredibly accurate with the RTK.
Did the Mavic Enterprise have one of those too?
Not RTK.
Okay.
Not RTK. This is the first of any. And the significance of this particular Evo is this is the first Evo that offers ADS-B and in any Evo period. So it's Autel's first ADS-B unit. It's been completely redesigned, and it's absolutely, when I say it is absolutely stunning, it flies amazing. These are carbon fiber arms, and I think people, when they see the video, they'll notice that the arms are slightly longer than the version 1 Evo. The props are a lot larger, and the motors are slightly larger as well. So they've enhanced everything. The rigidity in this makes it fly a lot better. It is slightly lighter, actually, which is interesting. So
it looks like a face. They're like eyeballs.
Like it looks like a Shriner. Put it back up there.
Shriner, yeah.
It's
like it's in a little tiny car.
People, it's funny if anybody went to AVUSI,
looks like the mayor off of
this was on display at AVUSI, so it's not like this is not a secret. It's been out. They've been talking about this, and this was on display at AVUSI. There's photos circulating out there about it. So it is no big secret. China has outed this a couple of times.
So wait, do your sound effect, Ken. China has outed it.
China.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Has outed it.
What was the thing you had on your table a little bit ago that was like it was the color of the bottom side of a flounder,
and it was big and fleshy.
Yeah, what was that?
That's going to be released.
That was my ass.
So what else, Ken? What else does it have? What else does it have?
It has several other attachments that will be able to,
like a speaker.
Yeah. So you'll
bright
have
light.
Yeah. So you'll have several attachments.
Siren? Does it have a siren?
It doesn't have a siren.
Dude, a siren would be so cool on a drone.
You have to make the noise.
I guess you can make it a siren. So these are going to be your attachments that you'll have available. You'll have a speaker.
Nice.
Spotlight,
speaker.
RTK, and then of course you'll have your beacon. Which
the first one looks like Wally.
Yeah,
Wally.
But yeah, that's the Evo Enterprise version 2. It is pretty damn sexy.
The second one looks like number 5 is alive.
Number 5 is alive.
Johnny 5.
Those
are cool.
The Mavic Enterprise, you don't hear much about that anymore. But I mean, you talk about a smart move by Autel to actually
100%.
put
100%.
those things out because of all the politics and all the things going on. I mean, that's going to be law enforcement. That's what Canadian and U.S. air police will be flying into airplanes for the near future.
Well, the interesting thing about what they're doing was they were waiting. They were wanting to be Blue compliant, right? They want to be able to be used for government use case. And one of the biggest problems with the Evo thus far has been that chipset. It's not compliant for government use case. And that's been the story for a lot of drone manufacturers. So now with this, they will be able to use this for government use case, law enforcement agencies, etc. So you may not see it, but like I'm in tune to like everything that's happening, commercially, and seeing the sales across the board when it comes to drones like this in the industry, and it's impressive. I know that John McBride is probably getting his Sky Miles in, traveling to different agencies, visiting them and training them on how to utilize these, because it's becoming a big thing. Last week we had probably one of the most interesting softwares featured on this show to date, and it was SkyBrowse.
SkyBrowse.
Yes, if you have not looked at SkyBrowse software, I would highly advise that you do. Now, it's going to be something that is very enterprise suite and primarily for law enforcement, but it's able to map things in roughly 90 seconds.
What?
I mean that. First off, you can't just say
seconds.
map, but you can't say map things and then give a time, because things is a variable.
No. It doesn't matter.
It can't map
doesn't
the Earth in 90 seconds. So
no. But it can map a crime scene. It can map for instance, it can map. They did a stadium map, and I think the map took them 15 minutes to do, of a stadium. These are things that typically would take 3D mapping utilities hours to complete, because after you upload those files, it now has to compress those files, stitch those files. It has to sort those files intelligently.
It has to do the photogrammetry.
It has to do the photogrammetry. It doesn't have to do those things with that software, which is what makes it so powerful. And that's, to me, what became so impressive.
But it still does those things. It just streamlined the process.
It streamlined the process, but
going for number 3.
But I was going for his record. But
number 3, number 3P.
But if you think about it, though, what improvements would somebody want if you're in a law enforcement agency and you're on a crime scene? Time is of the essence, right?
Yeah, but I feel like with a crime scene, like you're like having people there,
sure,
is where the most important data comes from.
But the problem with that is you don't have accurate measurements. This software can measure, so you can measure impact points. So say you had a motorcycle accident, you want to see how far that motorcycle slid.
Yeah.
Now, you can do that on the ground, but now you have a mapped out crime scene.
What's the difference between, Skydio is pushing that same thing really hard right now.
Skydio is, but Skydio can't fly at night. Skydio can't fly at night.
And people crash at night.
People crash at night.
people
crash at night. Skydio can't fly at night. Skydio's great, but it can't fly at night.
Murder people at night. And
people murder people at night. Yes, that's
generally when crime happens.
I heard murder people at night.
Well,
generally, crime happens at night.
I brought up that Skydio. Has been really pushing.
That looks good. That looks
3D
good.
Scans of crime scenes and wrecks and everything. And then Ken made a very good point. And most crimes happen at night and accidents happen at night.
I tell my kids nothing good happens after midnight.
That is a very factual statement. Well, it depends on.
I've had some good things happen after midnight.
That's good. Yeah. There's the occasional thing, but I'm talking about my
how
kids.
Responsible you are. If you're responsible and you're up after midnight, some good stuff can happen.
My kids being home.
Denard says, I thought the X2 could fly at night. The X2 can fly at night. However, departments aren't willing to spend that bread on the X2. X2s
I'm going to buy an X2.
$19,000 for an X2, and you got to be,
I had a meeting. I already had a meeting with Skydio Enterprise for my company, and we were going to buy 2 X2s.
I mean,
I've already met with
would be
Skydio
a
Enterprise.
worthy investment. A
Well,
worthy investment.
the reason is I want to do, you know, I don't know if you've ever been to Jacksonville, but there's about 1,800 bridges here. And my
Okay.
inspection
Bridge
company,
inspections.
yes, I want to start doing bridge inspections I'm already a vendor for the Duval County. So I want to start doing all the bridge inspections here.
Wait, so I got a question for you. Totally off topic here, Mike.
Yeah,
but,
go ahead.
In
I'm
Missouri,
married.
well, you know, Ken did say you were very hunky. In Missouri, where I grew up going to summer camp in the Ozarks, and there was a bridge called the Rickety Bridge, and this was in the 80s and 90s when I was going to camp there. I was a camper and a counselor, and we would drive a bus across this bridge, and it was missing slats. It was rusty. It looked like it went over the Osage Forks River. And I'm like, how the hell could this thing still be there? And I went back. My kids went to camp there like 2 years ago. I went to find that bridge, and it is still there, and it's in even worse shape. How do those things stay up? And it's on a road. I mean, it's on a public road.
So first off, the bridge infrastructure in the United States is complete garbage, and they've been fudging the paperwork and pushing it off because the problem is too large and you can't.
So it could fall. That bridge could fall.
Yeah, absolutely. A brand new bridge fell here in Florida.
Yeah.
What, 2 years ago was it?
Yeah, I
Ken?
think I heard about that.
Brand
What bridge
new.
are you talking about? What bridge are you talking about?
They built a bridge.
The one over troubled water.
Yeah. Dad joke.
Jesus Christ, Kelly. Jesus.
So, you know, now that I'm a dad, every joke I make is a dad joke.
I know. I've seen the dad jokes. I've seen your TikTok. It's a dad joke.
So you're going to get into bridge inspections, and you're going to use the Skydio.
So, here's the thing. As the infrastructure in the United States gets worse, I make more money. So I like shit getting old and falling apart and government putting more regulations on what needs to be inspected. I get richer. Every time a building falls, it's a tragedy. And, you know, I feel bad for what happens, but the government comes in and says all buildings need to be inspected now. And I'm like an ambulance chaser. I rush in. And
so every time a plane gets hit by a drone and crashes, or a pelican.
Plane crashes scare me at first, but then make me happy, because first thing I do is I look at the tail number to see if I inspected it already, because I shit myself.
Yeah, bad news if you did.
Then if I didn't,
you know what? But you're no worse than I am. You know, when there's a hurricane or something that I know is hitting the Gulf Coast, I'm like, please, for the love of Christ,
inspections.
take down power lines. Because if it does, that sends me out there to go do the power line inspections. And that is, you know, disaster, unfortunately, it creates revenue. Disaster creates revenue. If you have a drone, that's how it works.
The only difference is I'm preventing further disaster. You're just profiting off of the previous disaster.
Listen, don't desecrate my evil. Don't desecrate my evil.
Disaster is a fickle beast.
Jason Novak said, Dobo, because your shirt is still on backwards.
Fickle and Einhorn.
Yeah, my shirt is still on inside out. It's actually it's on right, but it's on inside out. So technically it's backwards.
At least it's on.
Okay. It's on. After that.
You look like a snake belly, man. If
Mike,
you went to Home Depot and looked up snake belly white in the little things, they would have a picture of Ken,
a little swatch of it. Mike,
he wears his shirt when he surfs.
Your unbox warehouse shirt there, that's a hoodie, right? And you got it kind of pulled up a little bit. How I've considered doing hoodies before. How is that done? Like, do you sell that on your channel and stuff?
I don't sell any merch.
No.
Can we just first just acknowledge the fact he lives in Jacksonville, Florida? It was 98 fucking degrees today, and this asshole is wearing a hoodie on the stream.
Let me just show you my
called air conditioning.
This guy,
I'm in my warehouse. By the way, y'all think Unbox Warehouse isn't a warehouse. I'm in a legit warehouse. But if you look here at my office temperature that I have it set at.
Wow. 65.
You're sick.
My warehouse is air conditioned. That's my warehouse temperature.
70.
You're sick. I don't want to pay that electric bill. I have this office set at 75. 75 is my cap. I will kid you not. My wife keeps the house at 79 degrees, sometimes 80 degrees. Our electric bill is very friendly. I have no problem paying my electric bill at the end of the month because it's about 110 bucks.
The problem with that sometimes
I live miserable.
The worst possible. You guys are in Florida.
I haven't thought about money in literally 2 years, probably.
The worst possible thing that happens in Texas is when you get a cold day that's humid, and then you have to crank the AC down to knock the humidity down a little bit.
to get your flapjacks off.
But do you guys ever get that in Florida? Do you ever get cold days that are humid?
We get cold.
Yes.
No, but
I'm leaving Paul a voicemail.
Yes, it's first off, it's always humid in Florida because we're getting that water, the moisture coming off the ocean. So when it gets cold, it's super humid. Like
that's the worst.
Your nipples frost over
again, where he acts like he doesn't give a fuck about money. If you could give me a call back at your earliest convenience, it's your boss. Thanks.
Hey, well, that'll make Paul's night.
I did. Yeah. Look, what guy buys someone the camera for like $350?
I still can't believe you did that. So Kelly, this guy buys. So Paul's huge. He's a big fan of Back to the Future. You know, they have that JVC handy cam. It's red. It's very retro. Whatever. Anyways, this guy goes and buys Paul this camera. He tracks it down on eBay. It's like $300, whatever. He buys it and ships it to Paul. Paul is like literally, he's calling me and he's convulsing. He looks like a dog during a thunderstorm, and he's like,
or a chihuahua hanging from my finger.
Yeah, exactly. And he's convulsing. I'm like, Paul, spit it out. What's the problem? He's like, I mean, he looked like Marv from Home Alone getting electrocuted. It's like, I'm like, I don't understand.
I like that I can do that stuff. So
yeah. That's, I mean, what good is it if you can't share it?
You know what?
If you can't share the love.
Look, that was very, very nice of you.
I'll say too, I know for a fact, and Mike, you may or may not know this, but I know that Ken has hooked people up in the community with drones when they needed them. And I'm just going to leave it at that. He's given people drones.
Yeah, he just acts like a big old asshole, but
I'll give a lot away. Last stream, listen to this. Last stream, we gave away an XLR, a Scarlett Solo. We gave away
Scarlett's awesome
AT2040 from Audio Technica.
That's because you didn't want it anymore. That's different. I bought shit.
That's not because I didn't want it anymore. You asshole. That's not because I didn't want. I bought that. That wasn't given to me, you son of a bitch. Don't you degrade my giveaways, Mike.
The big thing with giveaways for me,
you have to do them sporadically.
I don't even do. Yeah, I stopped doing them. It ruined me at the beginning.
But that's the thing. If you give something away that nobody knows you're going to give away, that's special, you get to be like Santa Claus at that moment, and it feels really good. Like you don't know I'm going to give something to somebody,
I like super chatting, but like not like $5.
I know you're like you do that asshole rate. You go straight to fuck you. Here you go, buddy.
No, I like super chatting people to where they like it changes the stream.
Yeah, there was a guy. Do you guys know who Jim Bob's Antics is, or Ray Bob's? Ray Bob's Antics.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. He used to super chat Ken Heron like $100 several times during the show, and it really it got Ken's attention. He wanted to be on Ken's show. He was on it a couple of times, and unfortunately, he actually passed away not too long ago. But he's
stop it.
But I'll tell you, people know him. And it was really more. Not just because he super chatted that, but because he put himself out there and just, I don't know, he really wanted to be a part of that community.
That's the worst thing is when I hear that people that I've met or know from the community have passed.
Or Rick Halber. Rick Halber. Rick Halber.
Rick Halber is a prime example.
He was a great guy who, Mike, did you know Rick Halber?
No, is he alive still?
No, he passed away like a year and a half ago. He was maybe a year ago.
I didn't know
he was big in the drone community, and I will tell you, one of the most generous dudes.
March Kelly.
In March. Okay, he I'll tell you, I had the Skydio. I didn't have a beacon. I couldn't get one. He sent me his beacon to use. He's like, "Hey man, here's my beacon. You can use it as long as you want it." Didn't ask for, I did send it back to him, but he didn't ask for a timeline or anything. He said, just keep it as long as you needed it. And so that really.
Do you know one of my favorite things to do is I still remember being a really small. I mean, obviously, me and Ken are still small YouTubers, but
Yeah.
I remember when I was really small, where I didn't know how to, I couldn't get lighting. Okay. And one of my favorite things to do is to go onto these small channels. Look, you can't find it. Oh,
so small.
But one of my favorite things to do is go into really small channels, like under 100 subscribers, and send them like one of these $300 lighting kits.
Yeah.
It changes their world because it's not something they will ever want to spend the money on.
Yep.
But they need it.
And a lot of times for folks, even a channel, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, you can still get sent a lot of really good stuff that you may review and you may not want to use, and to pass it on. That's always been my thing, is trying to, as much stuff as possible, give away that was sent to me for free, because I didn't pay for it. I actually probably made some money on it based on the affiliate links and or the review. And then if I can give it away to somebody else, all the better.
I'm so much picky. See, you guys are kind of very niched in, right? But I do just tech or whatever I want to do. So just to give you an example, I will email someone that has, okay, this is the full disclosure here. Like, I researched and found the best massage chair out there.
That sounds awesome.
I thought it was going to say best massage parlor. I'm listening.
Does it have a happy ending button?
No, you have to do that yourself. It's manual happy ending.
I love it.
No, I asked them and they said that's manual feature.
Is it from Rub and Tug Technologies?
No, it's just the rub. You provide.
All right, sorry.
All right, go on, Mike. We're not trying to discredit you.
No, what I'm saying is I emailed them and said, like, and now I don't write emails like I used to, where I used to like, hey, I'm Mike and I would love to review. I write it like a very candid email. I don't care anymore. And I'll say something like, I want to review your badass. I'll say badass in the heading.
All
massage
caps?
Chair. Yeah.
All caps?
Yeah. And if you could send, I'm not going to go where I was going to say, but the point is like, people will watch the channel and they'll say, oh, you're always giving positive reviews, because I don't want to review crap products anymore. Like, I've had a few crap products.
We don't get that luxury in drones because we are so niche down. Sometimes somebody sends you something, like, especially when you're dealing with FPV companies, they revise things on a release. They'll send you something, and then as they send you something, they have a revision, like an update to the product they just sent you. And
that's why I have
37
air selfies back here that are a box of garbage.
Well, somebody said he had 34 subscribers and needed some lights. So Mike,
that was Joe Fatello.
You might have a customer.
Kelly, did Beta FPV send you a Cetus?
No.
So they send me a Cetus, and they said it's gonna go live on the 20th. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, shit, I'm late. I'm like, well, I'll get it out tomorrow. Tomorrow was yesterday. So I released the video. I get an email this morning. You got to put that video private. We sent you a second email. Did you not see our second email? I'm like, well, I don't read anything after the first email.
Right.
It was something along the lines of, we had an issue with production and we're releasing it now on the 27th.
And you had already released it. Damn.
But you know what it is? It's like, I don't read past you send me an email, like, that's it. It's full send. If I start with an action, I'm going to complete that action. It's
like a ship. You can't really, or a train.
No.
You can't really stop the train.
But I started
thinking when you
about
when you're in the happy ending and you feel it starting.
You push the button. So wait. I want to know about this massage chair. What is the best massage chair out there?
So it's called Osaka. And it's a full 3D. It costs like I think it's $7,000.
Did they send you one?
They're sending me one, yeah, for my studio. $7,000.
What? Wait. They're going to
send you
for $7,000.
You're getting a $7,000 massage chair.
What is
shipping? Do you have to return it?
Does
No,
this give you,
have you
like
ever
this?
hold on, have you ever watched real quick? Have you ever watched
Let me look at
people
this. I gotta look this shit up.
Osaka,
Osaka.
Osaki or something? So have you ever
Osaka
looked
massage
at
chair.
people who are like Amazon sellers? You ever kind of gotten into that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how they research the products and they say, here's a product that doesn't have this, doesn't have this. So one of the things I do.
What is this? What is this one called? It's called Osaki. What's this? What's the model?
It's a plus
The $7,000 model.
something.
OS4D Pro.
It's a
Maestro
4D,
LED?
yeah.
It's a 4D. Holy shit! It's $9,500.
No, it's no, yeah.
That thing better massage your balls and give you a rectal.
It does. It's got
rotor.
a sleeve.
Holy crap!
It comes with the optional sleeve.
That's what the Rocket Man uses right before he flies.
Oh my God, Kelly, you got to see this chair. This thing, I bet you this thing polishes everything. I got to bring this on screen here. This is amazing. This is the Osaki. This is what you're
And
getting,
it's on
Mike.
sale. It's on sale
for $9,499.
Yeah, so
you save 14%.
What does this do?
it is Osaki. So the one I'm getting, I think, is $8,000.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, base model.
Oh, yeah.
The base model.
Oh, no. Only
But
5
here's the
minutes
deal.
at the end.
Here's the deal. I
Um,
found this company, and they have complete shit for YouTube videos. Like no one has done a good YouTube video on this. They don't have anybody who puts any kind of effort into showing. And these products are really good. I'm not going to get a terrible product and just sell it to you and say, what was that?
He just signed you up for their newsletter.
I don't know if that's his email or not, but oh fuck.
I get emails, but I find these products that I know are good, and I do my research. I look at the reviews, and I know it's something I want, and then I email them and say, hey, I noticed you don't have a lot of social media content, and your chair is badass. It deserves bad. And I use that
Badass all
language.
caps. Yeah.
I use that language in the email. I'm not professional anymore, and I get way more reactions and responses to my emails. Like
So-
8 Sleep. They're real
No.
popular. They have mattresses with they pump water through the surface of the mattress to
Ooh.
keep you cool. They're like $2,500.
8 like the number 8.
8, like 8 hours of sleep.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of, or maybe like 8, like I ate sleep. Like
I was laying in bed hot one night, and I said, I text them on Instagram, and I said, I'm so hot in my bed right now. I'm thinking about your cool mattressy
I'm
goodness.
so hot.
Yeah, it was like such a terrible message to send.
And they sent it to you?
Oh yeah.
8 sleep. Is it a good mattress?
I haven't gotten it yet, but I
So-
know it's good because it's literally the best reviewed mattress right now. That's what I'm saying is like, I am not taking crap products. I only do good products.
But what if you hated it? What if they sent you this $7,000?
But what if it's a crap product, somebody portraying it as a good product, and it's your responsibility to tell somebody it's a crap product?
If you watch my review today, the pellet grill, it was a good pellet grill, but I kind of told the truth, and I said, look, you got to have an engineering degree to put this together. Everybody else's video said it was so easy
But
to put
you,
together.
as somebody who inspects aircrafts, should be
It was
able
the
to
most
accomplish it.
terrible pellet grill I've ever put together in my life. And I have 4 of them.
Why do you need 4 pellet grills, Michael?
Because they send them to me, bro. I'm Unbox Warehouse. Okay.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Ellie,
Dude,
why did you subscribe to this guy so long ago? Anyway,
I like his style. I'll tell you why I subscribed to
here's
him, because
Michael's YouTube channel. It's Unbox Warehouse. I mean, he's just a very charismatic.
Here's
gentleman.
what's happening with Mike. He's 43.
Okay,
You're still a youngster, Ken. You don't understand
Okay.
this.
All
When
right.
you get to be
Fair
as
enough.
old as him and as old as me, you stop giving a shit.
Yeah,
you really do just start to speak your mind. It's funny.
yeah, Ken doesn't. He holds it back all the time.
I hold it all back. Hold it all back. This beer is not working for me.
Quick funny story, or I don't know if it's funny, but I work from home on certain days. I was home today. I had a potential client call with a potential client today. And my wife, on days that I'm working from home, I'm in my office and she has a space over little office next to me. And so she listens to my calls. And
What?
and so I was on a
Oh,
call, like she just
Yeah,
over
she
there
overhears
listening.
him.
Overhears what I'm talking about. So it was kind of a pitch meeting for a video that we're going to do for a nonprofit, and it's actually a series of 4 videos. And afterward, she said, you just sounded like you didn't really give a damn what they thought, but if they didn't work with
Good
you,
on
they
you,
were
Kelly.
fools.
Good on you.
And yeah, it was awesome. I need to go get my Evo. I want to be part of
an
an
Evo
Evo club.
You want to have an Evo party?
Yeah, we'll have an Evo party with the Shriner Evo.
I was trying to think. I was trying to think what I'm going to bring to spin up, but I think I'm just going to bring FPV drones with me. Because Austin is the place to fly. Although I think I broke one at Ken Heron's. I didn't think I did, but I ended up breaking one.
There is a spot in Georgetown that I actually want to go to. We were talking about bridges earlier. It is a bridge that's no longer in service.
Okay.
You guys,
What about the Bat Bridge?
Oh, the Bat Bridge is awesome, but you can't really fly. I don't think you can fly FPV there.
No, you can't fly FPV there.
You go with the bats. You just got to be with the flow. It's like when you brush hair on a dog. You got to go.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
Fly with the bats.
Fly with the bats.
No, those bats will take you out. Have you seen the size of those bats? I don't do bats.
They're Mexican fruit bats.
I don't do fucking bats. I'm not doing bats. And why are
all these
Mexican
guys
bats up that far?
All these guys are flying bandos, right?
I mean, you see
everybody fly. I'm going to, Ken Heron. He goes to fly bandos, and I haven't done much of that. I don't know if you saw it. I flew an abandoned putt golf course that was really spooky. That was fun, and I've done it twice. And I actually got chased out by the owner. Although I ended up going back the next day and doing camera drone shots.
What is the owner doing at his abandoned putt golf?
So it's on the main,
hanging out, reminiscing the old days. Like I remember when the windmill still spun. Like why was he there?
It's on the main highway in this town, and he was going to dinner, and he saw a car with Texas plates parked in his parking lot, and this is in New York. And he said, "Yeah, I went to dinner, and then I came back, and the car was still there, and I figured you boys were up to no good." And it was me and my son, actually.
Like you could do a lot of damage at the old putt.
Like
we were in there spray painting the word penis on the walls. That's all we were doing.
That adds value to those places.
Or wiener.
Wiener.
So you can go online. I don't know why I had never thought of this.
Wiener.
I went on Unbox Warehouse as a wiener. I went online and just typed abandoned buildings near me. And there's a whole bunch of listings, including this bridge in Georgetown that I want to go fly around. So I'm going to do FPV around this abandoned bridge. And then Mike, you could come over and during spin up, we could go inspect it too and see if it's still.
You know what? I am looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to fly some of these places.
Damn sure.
Mike, you better. All right,
hey, Ken, will you go to CES with me?
I'm going to CES, you jackass.
Well, I didn't know you were going.
So CES put out this bulletin. They said basically, if you're not vaccinated, you can't go.
I'm vaccinated.
Yeah, I'm vaccinated. So I'm like, I'm going. I'm going, baby.
Bro, I thought about the vaccine. I don't want to get into vaccine, but I thought I've done way worse things to myself.
I've done way worse drugs than that.
Like, okay,
I'm going.
I'm good. I'll take my chances.
I mean, I looked at it like this. I was, I want to go because I want to see some of the new products. Like, there's so many products.
Before?
Yeah, I've been twice. I've been to 3 years now. 3 years, maybe my fourth year.
So we were there together then.
Well, we didn't know each other. We wouldn't.
Last year was the spreader event, right? I mean, the last one, not this last year.
Well, yeah, last year that was
right
spreader.
before. It was, and it's nothing but
spreader.
Chinese people there.
Yeah, I mean,
here's the thing.
Kelly, you going?
I work with a lot of brands
that are to CES.
You gotta go, dude. You gotta go.
When is it? January?
It's January. Like 12th or something like that.
Okay.
You got to go, dude.
Yeah,
Aldrin goes. Everybody goes. It's
fun.
It's fun. Like, even if you don't, like, you go to the show for, let's say, 2 days and then you just goof off. I mean, I love going because I love talking to all the manufacturers, but it's the after parties that the manufacturers invite you to. I get wasted. It's like being
cable. What's
being
a cable party.
It's like being a stripper. You get all the free drinks you want. I don't know what a stripper's like.
The guy who owns, Monster Cables.
Yeah. They used to sell them for like $40 at Best Buy.
Yes, that guy throws the craziest parties. It's literally velvet rope,
Yeah.
in a room.
Monster Cable Party. That's the one to go
I mean,
to.
Yeah, when you sell a cable for $40 and you sell millions of them, you throw some crazy parties.
40-cent cable for $40.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm excited for CES. I'm excited for things
I
to
love
get back to normal, the best
Have you
they
played
can.
the ping pong robot?
Yeah, I lost. I lose.
For real?
The ping pong. They have a robot on this
That
table
can play ping pong.
Oh, very well. He's really good.
Okay, how does he do with backspin?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's
literally a robot, man.
But they also have the virtual reality area where you're walking around and everything is virtual. Like it's CES is an experience in itself. Like even if you don't go just for the drones, because the drone stuff is scattered all over the place.
Sure.
But there's so much crazy shit to see. But again, it's really making connections with a lot of these vendors. And there's content for days.
How's your 3D printing stuff going? So
far 3D printing has been actually, you know what? 3D printing has been really excellent.
Good. I know right out of the gate it was doing well.
Yeah, I got worried a little bit with it at first because I wasn't really sure, but 3D printing, we're expanding into different categories. To date, we've shipped 1,200 orders.
Wow. Average about $10 an order.
Yeah, around 12,000 orders. I would say right now, because my family, they are like, you're crazy for quitting your job. You're crazy for quitting your job. And you know what? I don't think I'm crazy. I don't think
you're crazy for a lot of other reasons besides
I'm probably crazy for a lot of other reasons, but to date, since March, 3D printing, $24,200.
Nice.
So I think that's respectable. There's cost involved in that, obviously.
I have a couple of your products and they're fantastic. I have the battery condom and it works great. I mean, it really.
We've kept a lot of people safe.
No leaks.
No leaks, and no little drones.
And it is ribbed.
No baby.
It is ribbed for her pleasure.
So one thing that is missing in the market that I have not found anywhere.
What's that?
That would be super simple, probably be a low cost item, but is a TPU mount for the Insta360 Go 2 that has a slot for a battery strap, a Velcro battery strap in it. So a little slot in the bottom, Velcro battery strap. I actually have one for the Go 1.
Okay,
I can show it to you, but
yeah, let me see.
But it's a different size. Let me go grab it.
Isn't the Go 2 the coolest?
It is really, except that
the battery life is terrible.
I am so pissed about mine. I lost mine when I was up in Philly. I freaking lost it in Philly.
And I had the charger in my pocket. I was actually using it, and I had the charger in my pocket, and I was in knee deep water. Slipped. Charger got wet for 10 seconds. At the most,
I got a custom unboxed warehouse one.
A custom charger?
No, like the Go. I got the from Insta360.
It's etched
they
or
make
something?
custom. No, it's like plastic. Comes on.
Wait, do you have it handy?
Yeah, I can find it. It comes from you order it from Insta360 with your logo, and they'll make you an Insta360 like custom. Hold on.
All right. And Ken, you're gonna have to carry the show for a minute because I'm gonna go grab my.
Yeah, I got this shit. I got this shit. You guys. All right, so I'm carrying. This is me carrying the show. I'm gonna get caught up on the chat. Sometimes we have been going for almost 2 hours. This is a marathon stream tonight. This is what happens when you don't have work the next day. We get the best freaking drone brews yet. I am super pumped. It's a great guest. What does Mike have? Mike's got marijuana.
No.
What do you have, Mike?
Okay, so this is a habit I've gotten into. You know how products, when you get them, they come with all kinds of little crap?
Oh, yeah.
So
sure.
one of the first things I do is I baggie them all because...
Mike, I'm going to need you to carry the stream.
Go ahead. I'll show... if people don't know what the Insta 360 Go 2 is this little box. It is the coolest camera ever. Like you flip this dude open, and this has little tripod legs that pop out, but that's your 360 camera. It's not really a 360 camera, but that's the camera right there. And you'll notice this one is custom. I don't know if it can focus, but it's got custom unboxed warehouse on the screen. This thing magnetizes in there. One of the coolest things, and perfect for FPV. Like, that's probably why Kelly is interested in getting a strap for it, because this thing is one of the most stable cameras. So where'd everybody go, man? Leave me here. I don't live stream. I gotta all right, let me look at the chat. I'll look at the chat. Need to get me one of those for FPV. There he is. Ken, you always carry Brew Crew. Badass stream. Laugh out loud. Great stream tonight for sure. All right, here it is. Y'all left me here all alone with Ken's unruly. You can't hear me. They left me here all alone with Ken's unruly crowd, but here it is.
Oh, wow. So it's color?
Yeah, see the logo on there?
Yes. So how is that on there?
You know how the lens unscrews off of there?
Yeah.
You know, this lens comes off. It actually, they come separately as little plastic inserts.
Ken is eating Laffy Taffy.
I'm eating fruit snacks at this point. I'm just trying to sober up. Somebody says in the back more about the Mavic 3. That's what's
all right.
Is there more about the Mavic 3 though?
No,
there's
that
really
was the
not.
beginning of the show. Mark, you missed it.
This is what I need you to print in TPU for the Go 2. This is for the Go 1, and the Go 2 won't squeeze in there. But it has the battery, or it has the strap both directions. So it's got a hole. It's got holes this way and holes this way. And because the one I have sucks. It's only for GoPro mounts.
I'm gonna show y'all one of the coolest things I own. Y'all are gonna love this, especially your age.
So
Mike, I'm gonna show you the coolest thing I own, Mike.
All right, and I'm gonna answer the Mavic 3 question while those guys are gone. Basically, my opinion. That is pretty cool.
Ellie, you're gonna love this. This is the coolest thing I own as of right now. I've got this box of fruit snacks.
Oh,
this thing is fucking amazing. I mean, I love unboxing fruit snacks. Nothing is better. At this point, the Mavic 3 is never happening. I'm going to finish this box of fruit snacks before the Mavic 3 happens.
I literally won this in an auction.
That is pretty awesome.
Lon's here. He's like, I can't figure out what the... Lon, you want to come on? Lon, you want to come on? I'll let you come on. You guys, this stream's been going on for 2 hours. You couldn't figure it out. Dislike it if you don't like it.
Coolest thing I own.
I love fucking gushers. I love gushers.
Let's see if we can see any of the smoke coming out. Usually when you open these, you just get a little bit of a little waft of I
got like 4 or 5 beers up here.
Like every beer. Like
Ethan,
this is Shiner Bach.
Ethan, I'll get you that. I was just thinking about that. I Callie, send me photos of that you need.
What? Yeah, what are you asking for photos of? Hey, so on lighter news, did y'all hear about Ron Jeremy? I just found out about this today.
What happened to Ron Jeremy?
He was charged with you would never see it coming, but 41 counts of sexual assault.
I heard about that a year ago.
It's like a year ago. Yeah, I just found out about it today. Couldn't believe it. Such a nice, upstanding guy.
Ron Jeremy.
I mean, I could see Bill Cosby kind of, but Ron Jeremy, I didn't see that one coming.
So many jokes in there. So many jokes.
No, but it's true. It was.
Okay, I would send Ethan a picture of the mount.
Yeah, send a picture of the mount so that way we can.
I meant to send Ethan. A shirt. So, what's your shirt size, Ethan? I'll send that along with it.
A spin up shirt. Do I get a shirt?
If you come,
everyone who comes to spin up gets a shirt.
Okay.
And Lon says, "Fucking Lon." Lon says, "I know a girl that blew him when he was in town." There you go, Mike. He's talking about Ron Sherman. This stream is all.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No. One of Kelly's famous lines. We were in Colorado. We're driving up this mountain ridge, and Kelly goes, "We're off the rails, man." Yeah, this show is off the rails. Yeah, that's God. Colorado was such a good time. I need
Now,
to go back to
can
Colorado.
anybody really blow Ron Jeremy, or do they just can I work in the end of it? You know, like,
I think that's how that works. I'm not really sure, Michael.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He was
God
just
bless.
not
I'm just talking logistics here.
not a very good looking man. You
No,
know,
terrible.
No, he wasn't.
Not-
But you know, it's always the ones that don't look the best that just seem the most functional. You know, this is a fruit roll up.
Is that one of those foot long fruit roll ups?
No, it's not one of the foot long ones. Again, guys, if you're here 2 hours after the fact and you've stuck around, I don't even know why you're still here. Why are you here? Why?
So hold on. Can I just say a bit about the Mavic 3?
Yeah, go for it, Calvo.
So don't wait for the Mavic 3. Buy the Air 2S. Boom.
Hey.
There, I said it.
And you know what? I would say that.
Can I open this right now?
Yeah, you should. You should.
Unboxing.
Let's do an unbox warehouse right here.
I'm gonna open it with this beer opener.
There you go.
And
The Air 2S
this legit has plastic on it. Like, this is no joke.
I can't believe you waited this long. This is the best drone on the market today.
Is it really? It's been on if you saw my product shelf in there.
Thank you, Kevin Wells, for that comment, by the way. So all I'm going to say is the Air 2S is going to do 99% of what 99% of the people need it to do.
Right.
If you are someone who is shooting super high resolution photos and blowing them up and printing them onto metal like Aldrin does, or if you're doing crazy mapping stuff, or there's a lot of cases where it might not work, but that's not most of the cases. Most of the cases, the Air 2S does exactly what you want it to do. It doesn't crash into things. It's very small. It's very light. The flight time is amazing. I can't say enough good things about the Air 2S. And look at the box. Look at that. That box is a tight seal.
Tight. Oh,
yes.
Look, it's a bag.
I'm sort of pissed there's not more gushers in this bag.
It's a bag in there.
Did you guys ever, speaking of tight seals, did you guys ever hear about
I didn't know
the
it
seal?
was in a bag.
The seal whose car broke down?
Yeah, no, it was a penguin whose car broke down.
It was a penguin.
Jacking the joke up.
Yes, actually, you're right. You're right. Dang,
I love
Mike,
it.
well done.
God, he is so sharp. That's the problem with having Unboxed Warehouse on the stream.
Do you want to tell it, or should I?
Tell the dad joke.
The penguin was driving and his air conditioner broke and he was sweating his little penguin ass off, and he pulls into the air conditioner repair place. He's like, "Whoo, can you fix my AC?" And they said, "Yeah, I'll tell you what, while we're looking at it, go next door. There's an ice cream shop over there. You can hang out and stay cool in the ice cream shop, and we'll check you out your AC. Come back in an hour." So the penguin went over to the ice cream shop and they're checking out his AC. He comes back over and he's like, "Did you guys figure out what's wrong with my AC?" And he goes, "Yeah, well, it looks like you blew a seal." And he said, No, that's ice cream. That's ice cream, I swear.
I love that joke.
He blew a seal. I just got it. Like, for some reason, it was so fucking delayed, but I just got it. Like, but he blew, blew a seal.
Oh,
God,
it's small. I like it. It's small. Hold on.
It is small, and it's very functional.
Well, Mike, I think you're used to small things in your hand, so that should be pretty accommodating.
Yeah, because I did meet you a couple months ago.
Oh, there you go. I knew that was coming.
Small things that work well.
I mean, the bag.
The bag is cool. You know what? I think the Air 2S is probably one of the most adaptive. I don't miss the adjustable aperture at all on it. I mean, people can argue that, but I never actually found myself. I'm a photographer, so I'm always adjusting the shutter.
Do y'all buy Pelican cases for everything? Because I do.
I do not. I
have all the custom, like the Skydio 2 Pelican case. Amazing.
I'm a bad
y'all have those?
Actually, I was a Pelican case guy until just recently. I had my DJI FPV in a Pelican case, and I ended up getting a Go Professional, a GP Go Professional case.
Have you seen the Skydio's case that has the landing logo on it that they sell?
Oh yeah, because it'll actually land on it, right?
Yeah, have y'all seen that one?
It'll find it and land it.
No, the actual Skydio case.
No, I haven't seen that
thing's.
One.
I'll show y'all. It's super nice. I love that Skydio case.
Ken, while he's getting that, I had a question for you.
Go for it.
What do you think of the the Caddx Polar camera?
I think it's horrible.
Really? Have you tried it at night? Have you tried it at night?
All right. So here's the reason why I think the Caddx Polar camera is horrible. I don't like the fact that you're locked in
16.9.
16.9. I'm a 4x3 flyer.
See, I always fly 16.9, so I don't care.
Once you fly 4x3, you can't go back. Secondly, there is a severe amount of latency.
Okay. If you're cutting, I mean, I don't know. That hasn't been a problem for me, and maybe I'm just not hitting gaps that are tight enough. That's really sweet.
I'm telling you, if you
wait, is that
fly
that is a GPC case.
It's Skydio.
case.
Yeah, but it sells on Skydio's website.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's Go Professional case. If you
and
look,
it comes with that.
See the little cutout. See,
yeah,
open it. It says GPC. So that's all cut out with water. They used water to cut that foam.
So here's a little Skydio extra I bought. That was a dumb thing.
What's that? What is that?
It's a plug.
For what?
For the port.
For what?
Just to keep it from getting dirty.
Yeah. So the port on top.
Oh yeah.
It's just
they sold
open.
those. They sold those. You can buy those on Amazon for like it's a USB-C.
That's where I got
port.
it. Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Little plug.
Yeah.
To Skydio butt plug.
It's almost impossible to get out. Skydio butt plug, but it's on the top. It's like a blowhole.
Christ. But no, Kelly. To your point though, the latency to me is prevalent. Like as I'm sitting there, I'm telling you, man. Like when I noticed it immediately.
You fly harder than I do, though. I mean, I feel like it probably has to do with how. But have you tried it at night? Have you tried it in the dark?
It is good at night. It is
really
amazing
good at night. It is absolutely amazing at night.
Let me see if I can share this today. I was flying today, right? I'm flying today. I'll share the screen.
That's the Nanook case.
So I'm flying today. I'm surprised I wasn't Richard Pryor and Stevie Wonder and all around. But I mean, like even like in this situation, I would notice the latency. Notice the latency.
That's the polar camera.
No, this is the standard. This is the standard.
The Nebula Pro.
Nebula Pro.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the Nebula Pro is probably the best one on the market right now, aside from the original DJI camera with an air unit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. Like I need as low a latency as I possibly can. Otherwise, I'm breaking shit.
You need to really work on keeping that thing level, man.
Yeah, no, there's no level. There's no, there is no level.
No, that's good. That's some good flying. Where is that spot? How close is that to your house?
It's about 10 minutes away. You know, I haven't been here in a while. This is where I used to go to test all the drones. And I figure, you know, I'll go here today and just because I had batteries that weren't used from Ken Herron's event. And I said, well, you know what?
You wanted to run them down?
Yeah. Because if I'm going to drain batteries, I'm not going to drain them on the charger. I'm going to drain them in person. Nice. And I figure, you know, we'll just go out and throw some packs on, just sort of screw around a little bit.
Will this launch right here, right now?
Yeah, I mean, you may be able to get it at the launch.
Yeah,
be able to get launch.
Yeah, you could fly it indoors.
I mean, it's not going to go very far without GPS, though. But I mean, you could potentially do it. But I'm looking forward to going to. I'm Stevie wondering right.
Wait, did you just hit a tree?
No, I didn't hit a tree.
Oh, okay. You just kind of looped around one.
I'm fucking Stevie wondering right now. I feel it.
Speaking of DJI little buttholes on there. Is that you? You look like you have rickets.
Rickets? What do you mean rickets? What's that mean?
That is an old person. You got the rickets there, boy. And get off my lawn.
The rickets. I got the rickets. I mean, that's just how I fly standing up.
Like bow-legged, like you didn't get enough calcium growing up.
Got the scurvy. You need to eat some lemons.
I had plenty of calcium, you jackass. God, Jesus Christ, Michael. I ate half this box. Like I bought this box. This was a 16 count. And during this count,
there's no calcium in there, bro.
There's no calcium in this.
But is there vitamin C? Because that will eliminate the scurvy.
Let's say what now, bud?
Vitamin C in the fruit roll-ups. Yes. Look at the box.
Yeah. So
does it say vitamin C?
You cannot sober up by drinking fruit roll-ups. Everybody knows you have to eat tacos from Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go to Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box would be great. Or even Del Taco. Do you got a Del Taco out there in Kelly?
No Del Tacos here. Those are not we have Taco Bell. And we have
I seriously, I had a momentary I'm like, who's on my stream at this point? But this is what this is about. I was looking, because I was watching the printer. I'm printing something. It's taking 7 hours because Ethan and I, we've been working on the Cinelifters, and we've been printing dummy cameras so we can test. So we don't destroy full cinema cameras. So this is a BGH1. I'm awaiting.
Hey, I want to build the first.
Wait, is that the Panasonic?
Yeah, that's good. That's the Panasonic BGH1. That's a dummy camera.
Oh,
Let's get with Elon and develop the first fully automated fast food restaurant, like with robots in there. Like you place your order, and it listens to you.
So the Austin airport already
Just
has
makes
that
your order
for ice cream. You can order ice cream. It'll give you. It's kind of
what
like the soft serve stuff.
What happened to the Salt Lick in the Austin airport?
That place sucks.
No, it does not. The Salt Lick was amazing.
Okay. I went to Salt Lick and I said, let me have sweet tea. They said, well, you can put some sugar in it and mix it up. I said, fuck you. Like that's not the same thing.
So
you gotta stir it while you drink it. Like nobody wants to do that.
If you're gonna
they don't have sweet tea at Salt
If you're
Lake.
gonna
That's
do
ridiculous.
Salt Lake, you have to go out to Driftwood. Did you ever go out to Driftwood?
That's the one I went to.
Kevin Wells is
Really, and you didn't enjoy it? That place is amazing.
Listen, it's a cool atmosphere, but they don't have sweet tea.
Yeah.
How are you going to be a Southern barbecue place and not have sweet tea? And you know what the waitress said? She goes, I'm sorry, everybody asked for it, but we don't have it. What kind of dumbass owner owns a business that everybody asked for something and you don't sell it?
Was it crowded? Was it crowded, Mike? Were there a lot of people there?
It was fun. It was crowded. It was
yes,
crowded.
There's always they're doing just yes. I don't think they.
I mean, there was a couple people.
They don't have to accommodate your sweet tea,
but everybody's sweet tea.
And nobody likes sweet tea with barbecue. This is it.
Terry Black's barbecue was next level for me. Like I went to Salt Licks, but then I went to Terry Black's barbecue.
So have you heard of Franklin? Have you heard of Franklin barbecue?
No, I haven't. How far is that from where we're at?
How have you not heard of Franklin barbecue?
Franklin barbecue is probably the most famous barbecue in the country.
He's been accused of sous videing his barbecue, though.
Who?
Franklin. So basically,
what is his first name? His last name is
Aaron.
Franklin.
Aaron Franklin. Accused of what? He's been accused of what?
Sous videing. You know, like
taking
sous videing, like where you take the brisket
and you let it
put
sit
it
in the water,
a bag, and you
in the
cook
water.
it in water.
Yeah, sous vide. They call it sous vide.
Which that is kind of against like kind of traditional Texas barbecue style, but it does create an extremely juicy ass delicious barbecue.
So, but let me ask you something. If something is wrong, but it tastes good, but it's against the kosher of Texas culture, does that make it any less delicious?
Yes.
Does that make it?
I mean, if
I feel like I'm in the Matrix.
Were delicious, would you go against what you're used to eating?
But let me tell you something.
And be like, I love this.
I do things that are against kosher, standards by typical
I didn't know you were
practice.
Jewish.
I'm not, but that's what I'm saying. I do things like all the time that are. there is a what is the parlor that I don't fucking know. But anyways, I'm not Jewish, but I mean I could be. I don't know. I have to be. I don't know.
Saying people, it's like Philly cheesesteaks, right? Like they have a style.
No, I have a Philly cheesesteak place next to me, and they actually do a damn good job. Except for the one biggest gripe I have is that they don't give me the free peppers. When I go to Pat's or I go to Geno's, there's this stand outside, and they got the free peppers, man.
But Pat's and Geno's isn't where people from Philly go to get cheesesteaks.
So have you ever gone full vegan for a week?
What? No. Because bacon is like meat candy.
I don't know, Night Train. No, never have I gone full vegan. I mean, I can't do that.
I'm an omnivore. Why would I want to do
that? But I mean, you could, but I don't know if I would. I've tried to go to the vegan thing. I've tried. I've legitimately tried to go vegan, and I felt like I was stabbing myself in my stomach. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it, man. Leave it to Night Train to come in with that. By the way, Kevin Wells, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Once again, I don't understand how the hell there's 90 people here. But people are probably saying to themselves, It's Wednesday night. Kelly Shores is here. Unbox Warehouse is here.
Do you want to talk about drones again?
Yeah,
we were talking about the polar camera for a minute.
We were talking about
what's
it, but
the polar camera? I want to know about that.
It's
so I did put it.
It's very good in low light for FPV. So
what did you put it in, Kelly? What do you have that camera in?
It's in a Cinewhoop, the Cinelog 30. Cinelog 30.
I put it in a 4-inch Apex build. I put it in that.
Hold on,
and I flew it last night. Let me see your build here. I want to see this build. Sorry, I will not be home that hour. I disregard.
Is that Paul or your wife?
I don't know who it was. Okay. So that's Get RC.
Yeah. It's I mean, seriously, I was flying this thing in pitch black, absolutely pitch black outside, and you could fly.
The camera's good. The camera is good in low light. It really is amazing in low light. It lacks that accuracy.
And again, I guess maybe it's just the type of flying that I'm doing versus the type of flying you're doing. Like I wouldn't do those loopy-loops around the tree.
Well,
like
not
you were
even
doing.
that.
In other words,
Like,
good flying.
Ken's a good pilot.
When I was at Ken Heron's event, we were flying in those, like flying
through Minefield, through the sculpture,
Minefield should be changed to Mindfield, Mindfield, or what is it? What is the shit that blows up?
Mine. Yeah. No D on it.
No mind. It should just be
D
mine.
on it.
No D. I said no D.
Because it would explode.
They would explode. But I'm saying there's a lot of wires and cables. And, as I was flying around there, I realized I was like, as I'm looking back on the footage, I was like, holy shit, I had a lot of near misses.
That's where the latency was the problem.
The latency becomes an issue there. And you know what was interesting is the latency introduced when you had so many pilots in the air.
So you think extra signal caused?
Oh, hell yeah. And then you have an issue where, like what we had,
you think that's accurate?
Oh, fuck yeah. Because we had a board. So Ken had a board out. And if you were on a specific channel, you hang your tag, which thank God he did that. It helped out tremendously. But then you still had people powering up in 50 megabits, which took up 3 channels right out of the gate.
Well, Chris Hope lost his 7-inch quad.
Yeah, God rest his soul.
To somebody powering up while he was flying.
That was not me. I wasn't there at that hour.
Did you hear about that?
How did he lose it?
I heard.
So basically, somebody powered up while he was flying,
and he just lost control.
It was on the same channel or on a tangential channel close to it, and he couldn't see anymore. And so he just, he was going fast, and it just went out.
Ken's searching for one more foot long in there.
You got to
fly 25 digital. You got to fly.
If you're flying with friends, you got to be 25. You know what? I don't see the benefit in flying 50.
Honestly, I don't either. I pretty much fly 25 all the time, and it's so much better than analog that I'm like, thank you.
Oh God.
Salmon Rose says 2 channels at 50, and I guess
no.
What happened?
He just dropped it in all the roach turds that are on the ground in his studio.
I ran it over. I gotta be right back.
You ran it over. He's gonna rinse it off.
So Mike, tell me about what kind of stuff. Like you said, you got a bunch of scooters and electric skateboards and stuff like that.
I got some crazy badass scooters.
What's your favorite?
Scooter.
What's your favorite?
I have one called the Varla, which goes 40 miles an hour.
Is it a stand up with a handlebar?
I ran over a gusher. I knew I dropped it, and I knew it was gone.
Stand up scooter, 40 miles an hour. Front and rear suspension.
Wow.
Dual hub dual 1,000 watt motor.
One on the front and one on the back.
Yes. When you gas it, the front tire on the
you don't gas it, Mike.
Out.
There's no gas. There's no gas. It's electric, Mike. When you electric it, when you hit the throttle, when you
zap it. So
I liked you better when you were eating shit off the floor about 30 seconds ago.
What's the name of it again?
Varla Eagle 1.
I think I'm going to try because I actually used to get a lot more of that kind of stuff sent to me, like electric skateboards and stuff.
Yes.
And I love that stuff, man. I love those things.
Hold on. Let me show you this skateboard.
But do you feel like you have to diversify, Kel? Since given
those videos never get very many views.
No,
it's more just because I like the thing. I mean, you've done this, right? If somebody's going to send you something and you're like, oh, that's really cool, I want it. I'll do a video. I'll do a video to get it.
It's not going to hit well.
No, it's not going to be. Oh wow, look at that. That is a beast.
That's a big board.
That's an off-road.
How to show you this?
That thing's massive, though. That looks huge. You know who would like something like that? Is Sean Oz.
Yeah.
I want to go out to Colorado next month.
This weighs about 100 pounds.
Wow.
Really?
Full suspension skateboard.
Why do you look like you're struggling? You look like you're in pain as you're telling me.
It's like a giant fish. It's like he caught a giant fish.
This is one of the cool. I cannot wait. Look at the suspension.
Wow, look at the motors on that sucker.
That is awesome.
That looks pretty
Have you
cool
ridden
there.
it yet?
No,
Can you hear us?
I haven't ridden it at all.
No, because he's got a B-roll policy there, Kelly.
What, he's got to get the B-roll of it first?
He's got like this whole. He gave me a tour of his studio the other day, and he's got a whole room where it's dedicated to just B-roll. Where it's
just all the beauty shots.
360 degrees.
Around. You can maybe see.
So he's got. So that's his.
Room
yeah, I'll let him tell
it.
it.
An entire B-roll room.
It's carpeted.
Edelkrone stuff.
Motion sliders, iPhone style stuff.
That room is all iPhone, completely carpeted walls.
But without talent in that room.
Yeah, without the talent of iPhone though. This is like main A-roll shot over here. And there's a movie theater right here.
So do you have Mike, do you have a rule about not writing stuff or taking stuff out until you've actually there's the warehouse.
He does. He's got a forklift, Kelly. He's got an effing forklift, this guy.
Oh yeah, this is a full warehouse.
So it really is the unboxed warehouse.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm legit. Okay.
How far apart are you guys? Like how far apart are you guys?
He's up in Jacksonville. Like I've been telling him. I said
that's
kind
of Panhandle.
Yeah, no, he's up to the right. He's like literally 2.5 hours away from me. So reality is,
I went to visit him. He won't go visit me.
No, you didn't visit me. You visited me at the beach, asshole.
Yeah,
he visited me at the beach.
I thought I was going to see you with your shirt off, but I was wrong.
Well, you can't always get you want. Sometimes you get what you need, Mike. Sometimes you get what you need. No, but we'll go back.
Well, let me ask the question, Mike. So you don't do anything with it, like ride it, scratch it, crash it, whatever, until you've taken the B-roll. Is that right?
No, I'm actually I'm a little bit pissed at myself right now for touching that without my white gloves on. I have a pack of white gloves in there.
Like so you don't want to have fingerprints or anything on it until you've taken the B-roll.
In the B-roll room, I have air dusters.
Wow.
Because I use a lot of macro lenses.
Would you say you're a type A personality, Mike?
I don't know what that means.
You are. Just nod your head.
I just found it to be the easiest to like before you mess a product up, like if you're filming something, I'm not a type A personality. Basically what happened was I would film something and then when I'm reviewing the footage or editing, I see a big ass fingerprint in like a macro shot.
Yeah, okay.
And I would be like, oh, I can dig that. And I have to edit around it.
I did find the definition of a type A personality, Kelly.
Yeah, what does it say?
It says vagina. What's normal and what's not? Oh God. Oh my God. That's Mayo Clinic. My bad. I'm sorry.
So no, I respect that. My thing. So I hadn't taken any shots of this, and I crashed it into a backboard of a basketball goal. I was doing FPV shots of my son going up and doing layups
because you're like, damn, I gotta film the.
Yeah, so I had to film all the
B-roll backwards
with a lens cap on it, and now I've replaced the camera since then. But
so basically, here's the deal: I have a top-down station, right?
Yeah,
and I don't do a lot of top-down shots anymore because I think it's.
I got a top-down station too.
I kind of feel like top-down's played out.
Okay,
yeah, it is.
So, but regardless, I film top-down opening every product in case I need to revert back to that footage. I have it in the bag. I don't generally use it.
But you plan that. I mean, you have that ready to go.
Yeah, I open the product with a top-down shot, but I almost never use the footage. Then I put it on the big B-roll table, 4 by 8 feet, and I have all the Edelkrone stuff, and I
it rotates and slides,
everything, sliders, rotors,
macros,
jibs,
LEDs, smoke machines,
all that jazz.
Yeah,
I do that for almost a day. I don't even mess with the product. I just film every single aspect of it that I think is interesting, switches, buttons, the whole thing.
The butt plug.
You should get on my table and I'll film your YouTube channel video.
That would be awesome.
Get like 90mm macro probe lenses of your butthole.
I have a macro probe lens.
You got it because of me.
Warehouse. All right. So Mike and I, we obviously compete silently about the B-roll situation because he did this FPV drone video and which was
amazing.
It was amazing. But he did this shot with the macro probe lens. He's got this probe lens. It's a 24mm probe lens, and it's this huge, like it's an amazing lens. It's an amazing lens.
Yeah.
And I was like so obsessed with that shot. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy this lens for these shots. And I didn't. As soon as I bought it, he calls me. He goes, "You bought that probe lens, didn't you?" Like it's like he stalks. He stalks.
He saw the shot.
Listen,
he saw the shot and he knew.
So let's go back to the intro of this video. I want to show the irony here. He made fun of me for jocking Unbox Therapy, who's a multi-million subscriber channel, and then he copies my little piddly ass, and he's bigger than me.
No, not by much. Nah, no.
I mean, not.
No, we're equals.
You're like 5,000 subscribers more than me. Or something.
I don't know.
Is the probe lens worth it?
Oh my God!
It's like $1,000, right?
No, it's $1,400.
Yeah, it's $1,400. It is worth it if you do a lot of products. If you do a lot of products and you have the time to set up a camera to do the shots,
you can be very unique.
You can be very unique, but what I've learned is that the lens is a challenge. The lens is
lens is terrible.
It's one. It changes the color hue horrendously.
It's manual focus,
and you have to be super like Mike and I joke, we don't, when we're doing B-roll shots, we don't breathe.
Yeah, you got to be so steady.
I sit down and like a sniper.
Yeah.
They breathe out. I breathe out while I'm getting it's terrible.
That is a legitimate thing that happens with that.
And then you still have to use stabilization.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a bummer in that regard.
Yeah.
But
it makes cool
shots.
Look, I don't know if you've seen it, but go check out the intro, the first minute of my DJI FPV video, and you'll see some of the most epic shots.
I think I actually did see it. I think I did see it.
Let's watch it, Mike. Let's watch it because I know you won't copyright strike me.
I won't. No.
You play it. I'm gonna go pee.
All right. Okay. I'll play it. All right. So this is Mike's stream.
If you can't hear it.
No, you can't hear it, but this was a great shot. This was a great shot.
This is the macro lens.
John F.
Coming
Kennedy.
up down the side of the drone. Yep. Like this lens is special because you could not get shots like this any other way on Earth. It doesn't exist.
This shot was amazing. So let me ask you a question. What's your trick to stabilizing these clips? Because the fucking lens, like the slightest bit of warp just screws it up.
What do you mean slightest bit of warp?
Yeah, well, it's like the slightest bit of movement you can't really stabilize. That was a great shot, though. I will give you that. That was a good shot.
What, going into the headset?
Yeah. These shots were amazing. This is probably some of the best use of this lens that I've seen to date.
Yeah, it's pretty. I spent all day doing this.
No, this was a great that shot in itself was amazing.
That last shot was the hardest one. So that very last shot was so hard because I had the probe lens under the drone, focused on the controller, on the motion controller.
Yeah,
and then I had to pull out, and then keyframe it up to the final shot reveal. So it was actually a multi-stage. It slid out and then it went up like this.
The last time I slid out and went up like that, I got somebody pregnant. So
Yeah, well, that's because you didn't slide out early enough.
oh, okay.
You should slide out earlier.
I probably lost 12 subscribers over this stream. I could just you know, it's so funny. I'll go back like tomorrow. I'll look at the analytics for the stream, and it's interesting because YouTube analytics now shows you where you gain or lose subscribers. Which following those statistics can sometimes be really depressing.
You know, Ken showed that. Ken showed that on his channel too.
Who?
Ken Heron.
What?
Ken Heron. But you know,
he just made fun of it the whole time. He put like goofy sound effects in it and stuff.
But it's always the things that you love to do the most that you lose the most.
Yeah, for sure.
The videos that you love are the ones that you lose the most, which is weird. But I doubt anybody that is willing to click unsubscribe is watching this late. Like, these are the diehards. The 86 people here, these are the diehards. These are the people like, fuck it. There's nothing he could say to me at this point that will insult me. We've heard it all. I mean, we've been through the $10,000 happy ended massage chair. We're sticking through, but you know, all things must come to an end. It's almost 12 o'clock. I have to call an Uber. I'm in a small town. I can't obviously drive home, but I don't have to work tomorrow. But I know Kelly may have to. Mike, I don't know what Mike does. I think Mike's frozen. Mike looks frozen. Is Mike frozen?
I think he's just holding really still.
No way. There is no way he's holding that still.
Well, I mean, that would be the perfect place to freeze.
Let me back us out of here. Let me just see. There is. You think he's holding still? I mean, this is an amazing thing if he is. He's literally frozen. I have to screenshot this shit because there's no way. Oh, he's gone. Kelly, he's gone.
Wow. And we never heard from him again.
Shit. All right.
Mike and his chiseled unbox.
That was an amazing frozen thing. If anybody screenshot that, send it to me. I want to meme it. That was amazing. This was a great show. I had an incredible amount of fun tonight. Paul Feinberg says it's a long stream tonight. I'm going to bed. Thank you, Paul. Producer Paul, thank you for all your graphics and all your dedication.
I was trying to pretend like I was frozen.
No, it doesn't work. I could tell you're not frozen. He was legitimately frozen. Kelly, thank you for coming on tonight.
Dude, this was fun as always. And thanks for the tip on all my box of batteries. I'm going to take this to
I just want to see you. I want to see you stay alive. So
we don't want this to explode.
No, we want to see Ready Set Drone, not to be Ready Set
Boom
fire extinguisher or something, or Ready Set Boom. All righty, guys. Well, hey, thanks to everybody sticking around. I'm going to go ahead and play the intro, or no, I'm going to play the outro. I'm going to do so many things. You have a good one. Stay original.
I want you, I need you. You got me right where you want me, baby. Ooh, yeah. And who knew what you do could stop me cold in my tracks, yeah.
You still there? Is this the bonus stuff?
I want you, I need you. You got me right where you want me, baby. Ooh, yeah. And who knew what you do could stop me cold